fellow geeks, welcome to another episode of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostgeeks. Playing with us tonight, we have our regular Frostgeek crew, Matt as Stew Drinker, Ian as Mooneye, M as Quill, and Chase as Haskell. Before we dive in tonight, some quick callouts. We are using the system and setting of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition by Wizards of the Coast, and we are playing through their module, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is unsponsored but enthusiastic fan content. You can also find a lot of the maps and tokens and things we're using from the Rime of the Frostmaiden bundle on Roll20, so you can go check that out. We have plenty of chat interactions. You can type !engage if you're new around here to see what all of those are. And you can gift items and learn character facts and all kinds of fun things. Finally, one last sad announcement, well, not announcement, but thing we want to address before we jump into tonight's stream. We just want to recognize Fitz, Brian, who was a wonderful part of our community, and his loss over the weekend. We will all miss him dearly, and we hope to honor his memory by doing one of the things he was most passionate about and playing a tabletop RPG. So just hearts in chat for Brian and his family, and we will certainly miss him here in the Level 1 Geek community. So with that, we will go ahead and jump into our stream tonight. Previously on Rime of the Frostgeeks, it's been a couple weeks, so we've got to go back in our memories to remember what happened. Quill executed the Tiger Tribe hunters, except for one who was kind to her as a child. She sent that tribesman back with a message for her mother, basically letting her mom know that she was still alive and she was coming for her. As the group rested from the battle, a Remoraz attacked from beneath the ice. They nearly lost Mooneye in the scuffle after the beast swallowed him whole, but he was able to crawl his way out of its mouth just in time. They made their way to the buried Netherese Tower and started exploring. In an effort to keep avarice away from getting any powerful magic items, Haskell broke some ancient potions and also ran into an explosive glyph of warding. Tensions are high at the moment as the group continues their advance into the rest of the tower. Tensions are high and hit points are low. Not across the board, but...
Not after a couple healing spells. Haskell's
okay, that's
good to
true.
go.
Haskell's topped off.
Fine.
So that's where we find ourselves. I believe, yes, we are still on the right page. So yeah, you guys are here. Some quick reminders from last time. I gave you a bit of this description, but this whole tower is made of stone, it seems like, but it's just shaped really unnaturally. And everything is upside down in here because the tower fell off the city in such a way that it landed upside down in the ice. So you guys are basically walking on the ceiling, and things that are attached to the floor you can see up above you.
I have to say, an upside down dungeon is just a very cool design.
Yeah.
Idea.
Yeah, I really like that idea. And you're just like stepping over the doorways into the various rooms. So yes, this is where we've picked up. Haskell just ran in, detected magic on a chest, I believe it was, opened it, and it exploded in his face, and technically on Stew Drinker and Mooneye as well, but I believe they were able to mostly protect themselves from the blast.
It was just me who got harmed.
Yes. With a bunch of villain points. I had to get rid of them somehow, Chase. And
Haskell had it coming.
Haskell had it coming. Haskell needed some karma to come his way. We've got a few charms coming in real quick. First one. Let's see. Stew. You have the Charm of Heart today. Quill, you have the Charm of Frost tonight from the side quest Inn. And hang on, seeing if there's any others coming in. Charm of Stone for Haskell.
I re-rolled friendship because this is no place for Annabelle.
no place for Annabelle. Can't bring her in this weirdo upside down place. Okay, and I believe that's everything for now. I'll keep an eye on the chat to see if anything else comes in. All right. So, Avarice folds her arms and glances back at Quill with sort of a smug grin on her face, with the sound of the blast in Haskell's face. And here you guys are.
Perhaps it is a lesson that he will have absorbed this time.
He immediately heals himself.
I wouldn't count on it. He has a pretty thick skull.
Is there anything else besides the glyph of warding?
It appears
I agree
that
with Avarice.
it appears that anything that was in the chest was incinerated in the blast.
What a shame. Looks like this one is gone as well.
Chase, in case you didn't remember, because I forgot to pay special attention to it on stream, but Haskell did get a ring last time.
I pondered this like a couple weeks ago, and I haven't pondered since, but I'm going to start doing so right now.
Okay, yeah. So to be clear, Haskell broke the potions in an effort to get to this ring before Avarice did.
On my cloak.
Oh yes, on Quill's beautiful, nice, elegant cloak.
It's fine. One letter, right?
Yes, one letter. I'm excited for that to come up later sometime. I'm excited and dreading it at the same time. I don't know which feeling is winning right now. Okay, let me describe this room a little more for you guys. So it looks to be, as I said, everything is upside down. So there is a variety of furniture that has toppled onto where you are standing and is crashed and crumbled. But you see that there are tall bookshelves that have been affixed to the ceiling that have not fallen. However, much of their contents are like down here where you guys are. And so you're standing in a pile of books. Many of them immediately around Haskell have been singed. And that is the majority of what's in here. Also, Moon Eye, you have the Charm of Heart today.
Thank you, Chet.
You also see a tunnel in the floor. I'm just going to say floor for where you guys are standing, okay?
That makes sense.
But we all know that it's the previous ceiling. So there's a tunnel in the floor. Yes.
I know we have charred books, but are the other books just in rotting shape, like they've been here a long time, or are they usable, look like you can check them out?
Many of them are very much weathered and worn and rotted. However, if you would like to spend the time there, you can sift through the books and look for ones that may have been spared.
Moon Eye is not going to use pass on. He can't read, but I was just curious what the condition was.
So hole in the floor, books around. Many of them seem to be worn, but I guess now that the blast has happened, Avarice is going to poke her head inside, and she will start kind of sifting around the books. This is right up her alley. She wants to try and find anything that might be worth sparing.
I'm going to step up to Haskell, cock my head to the side, and just knock on his skull and listen.
Why are you striking
Haskell,
me, Quill?
It does not sound as if your skull is hollow. And yet you are acting this way.
Oh, don't get on my case about it just because your girlfriend's nearby, Quill.
Oh, Haskell, I think you are forgetting. You said you were going to mind yourself because we are friends. And here you are, acting like an idiot. Once again.
Once Avarice gets her hands on something a bit too powerful in here, we'll see who's the fool, Quill.
Haskell, I think Avarice has got her hands on something much more powerful than the items you are finding in this room. And Quill gestures up and down to herself.
I don't disagree. That's why I don't think that she should get her hands on anything else.
Is this jealousy, Haskell?
It's not jealousy, Quill. It's concern.
You have an interesting way of showing it.
Well, to each their own, I suppose.
I suppose. And she's going to turn and come look at this hole.
Okay. It goes down. It's dark. Yeah, I know you have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
It looks roughly hewn. So it doesn't match sort of the shape of the stone around it. It looks like it was hewn into the tower after it had crashed.
Does it look natural or like someone has chipped it?
You can make a how about an investigation check?
11.
11. You guys are affirmated. Oh no, you're almost
No, we're
affirmated. Not quite yet. 11. You can't quite tell the manner in which it was formed or like how it was formed, but it definitely doesn't look it's large enough to fit you guys, and it doesn't look what's the word? Magically formed, I'll say.
Oh, how far down does it go?
You can well, I guess you also have dark vision. You can both see like floor beneath it. It seems like it maybe just goes to the next level of the tower.
It appears we have found our way down.
Yes.
I have some rope. Perhaps I could fashion it to the door so we could climb up easily.
You also have a climber's kit because
That's right.
I was nice and gave that to you guys.
Thank you. Does a climber's kit just let us go up and down without the need of a rope?
Basically.
Cool. Then we don't need to do this thing.
Sick. While they're investigating the hole, is there any chance that I could like try to casually snoop to see what books Avarice is into?
Oh, sure. She's picked up a few. And like I said, the majority of them she's tossed aside as they are just rotted and completely unreadable. But you see that she's got a little bundle of 3 books that she's now poring over. Are you trying to be subtle about this, or are you just like looking?
I'd say as subtle as I can be, but I mean, I usually don't spend a lot of time next to Avarice, so it probably stands out.
Where are you, Stu? Where are you on this? Oh, there you are.
Underneath Haskell.
Okay. It's like, where did you go? Okay. She is so absorbed in her books that she doesn't really care who is looking.
Ooh, sweet.
Are you just sort of like kind of looking at the spines to see what it says?
Like I guess mainly the sort of genre, if I can guess it.
Oh, okay. So you see the titles Magical Wonders of Netheril, Mysteries of the Fey Rim, and Wizards in the Hollow.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Stew Drinker is gonna note that.
I would wager, haven't really heard of any of these things. I mean, wizards, obviously, but none of them really conjure up anything that you're familiar with, except they seem to pertain to magic and perhaps this civilization, which you guys all know was known for being incredibly in tune with magic.
Awesome. Thank you.
Quill, look at these. They are almost intact. They're only missing a few pages. This is amazing.
A truly incredible find.
Oh, I'm sorry, Haskell. Did you want to burn these up too? Should we just torch this whole place, actually, while we're here? I think that might be the best way to handle that.
I can
Avarice.
take care of the books if you want me to.
I would really rather not have you touch anything else in this place if it were up to me.
Shame we don't always get what we want, isn't it?
Avarice, sometimes the high road is the one of more intelligence.
Look at her height compared to mine. She's always on a high road of sorts.
Short jokes, really, Haskell?
I'll go down first if no one has any complaints.
I do, actually. Moon Eye, you seem of sound mind. Could perhaps you and Stew Drinker investigate first?
Yes, my brother and I can go down.
I would like
Excellent.
Stew Drinker to go after me if that's okay.
I suppose it's up to the group.
Haskell will look up at Stew Drinker.
Fine with that.
Unai is quite wise, though. I agree he could go first.
Very well. She'll kind of brush past you toward the hole, Haskell, and she does that, not like entirely shoulder bump thing because she's not a bro, but like definitely sweeps her cape past you.
Mm-hmm.
And as she does, she glances down quickly and she says under her breath, I do get what I want. And then she continues moving.
She says that to Haskell?
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna grin at her.
All right, Moon Eye. Are you headed down first?
Head down.
Okay. Hang on, I've got to find you. There you are. Okay. I'm moving you. Prepare yourself. Whoop. All right. I'll drag the map over to Moon Eye. So, been down through the tunnel. You see perhaps some sort of laboratory or workshop. Most notably, there are two metal cages that have crashed onto the floor. So they're both really badly damaged. And you see another roughly carved tunnel. I'm sorry, you're here. And there's another roughly carved tunnel next to you. Let's see. You also notice
Those like
there's
arrow slits?
Yes, there are arrow slits that are, you can just see like ice and snow right up against them. So they're dark. And there's also a carapace inside one of the cages.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't detect, there's no movement or anything like that.
I will just do a visual sweep of the room.
There are a couple of doors as well, one here and one here.
Can I identify what kind of carapace it is?
Sure, you can go up and examine it. That will be a nature check.
That would be a 4.
This looks really strange. You've never seen a creature like it before.
There is nothing dangerous down here. Come down.
How far down
Excellent.
did you say it is again, Tori?
I think it's like 10-ish feet.
Oh, it's like a little baby drop. I'll go next.
I think I will, actually.
Very well.
And Avarice will hook herself to the climber's kit and make her way down.
You go next, to Drinker.
Okay. I can do that.
Stu's coming. Is there anything that weird that's going to happen, or should I just drag all of you over? Like, is Haskell going to have some kind of conversation with Quill while
Yes.
they're okay? It was just all right. So you guys are all over here, and Haskell and Quill, you have a moment alone in this upper room.
Yeah, he'll look at Quill after Avarice and Stew Drinker go down. I caution that you be careful threatening me, Quill. Remember who your friends are here. Wouldn't want to be giving in to any dark feelings you've been having. You might end up finding yourself with a family of cultists instead of a family of friends.
I have not threatened you, Haskell. Merely advised you on wise directions that you should be taking.
Yes, in a show of strength. Which I know you're quite naive, Quill, but that is a threat.
I'm quite sick of you calling me naive, Haskell.
Well, then prove me otherwise, and stop making foolish decisions.
I think it is a naive thing to spend time with people who degrade you all the time. Perhaps that will be my wise decision.
I think I see more potential in you than anyone else, Quill. You impress me. I only push you so you grow stronger. You remind me of someone I used to know.
That
But
just
when I
sounds
start
like
to-
something a bully would say, Haskell.
Well, then perhaps I'm a bully. But at least I'm not listening to dark whispers in my head. I hear them. I don't give in to them. Tempting as they may be.
With all of the sporadic things that you do, I would say you listen to these voices more than you would care to admit.
He's gonna give like a really dark grin. I don't think that we would be friends if I listened to some of the things that they tell me, Quill. I've brushed with things that I don't think you can comprehend yet.
She doesn't fully know what to say back to that, so she just kind of coldly gestures to the hole. I think our conversation has come to an end. You might as well descend, Haskell.
After you, then. And just remember, acknowledging it is an important part of resisting it.
You have made many assumptions, Haskell. And might I remind you, you have nothing to back up these assumptions.
I understand they're just assumptions. But as I'm sure you know already, I'm quite confident in my assumptions.
You are confident in all of your assumptions. I think that has gotten us in trouble on more than one occasion.
And I believe it has helped us on more than one. He'll hook himself onto the climbing gear, give her a little smile, and he'll hop down.
She does a little go, I hate that guy, and then climb down.
He's going to look at Avarice when he gets down. You've chosen a lovely lover. He's going to say that to Avarice.
She'll just look at you and then walk and around the room, examining things. Of course, going up to the carapace. What are the rest of you doing? You all see what Moon Eye saw there, a couple of doors. There's another tunnel going farther down, and these cages.
Do I know what this carapace is?
You can examine it.
I would like to examine it. I would... yeah, I would just
It's going to be
examine.
nature.
Nature?
Nature.
Haskell's probably not good at that, but let's see. Well, he's okay. Nope. That's an 8.
Yeah, no.
This
I was
is
gonna try to be like, I know, but I don't.
It's okay. This is all pretty fitting for what this thing is. It's so alien to you guys. You've never seen a creature like this in your life, or that would have a carapace like this. Let's see what Avarice gets. Even Avarice doesn't know.
Oh, Avarice. That's probably so interesting to you then.
I have never seen anything like this before. It's fascinating. She sits down and pulls out her notebook and starts sketching it out and stuff.
Avarice, did you bring a bag of holding perhaps? Then you could bring it with us instead of sitting down for a half hour to sketch.
Fine. I don't have room for this thing. It's pretty large. I mean, it's the size of, like, if there were a carapace of you, Quill. It's person size. It's big.
I dislike that so much more.
I don't think there is an easy way to transport this immediately. But not to worry, we can always come back here. I just would like to get a quick reference sketch. Would that be all right with everyone? I promise it won't take me more than 5 minutes.
Have you tried poking it?
As I said, it will only take 5 minutes.
Haskell's gonna poke it.
It jostles a little. It's hard, like a shell.
Science takes courage. And he's gonna start setting up the climbing equipment to go down again.
Do we not want to check the doors on either side of us before we go down?
Are there doors on either side?
Yeah. There's
This is
one
probably
here
wise.
and one there. Yeah. All right. Opening some doors. Anybody?
Yeah.
Haskell's gonna gesture and let Stew Drinker do it.
I'm excited to open this
in front of
door.
you.
Yes.
Okay. It's
Oh
open.
no.
All right. You look in, and there's an upside down table that has crashed onto the floor. There are a few books scattered around it, and there is a fireplace like up above you, obviously empty, and another window well that just has hard packed ice and snow beyond it.
All right, I'm going in.
Okay, you step over the threshold into the room. Looks like some kind of study. Like I said, there are a few books scattered around, and the table is upside down.
Right. There are a few doors in here. It seems safe right now.
Please just try not to explode anything else. Avarice
I'll follow my
shouts from
brother
the
in.
next room.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic again. Any magic?
There is magic coming that you can detect from this room over here.
Which
Where?
room?
Sorry, this one. And
Uh-oh.
Quill, what's
This-
happening?
This one.
I
over
don't
here?
know.
Get it together,
Accidents.
Quill.
I'm
This
really
door.
sorry.
This
Oh,
door,
I
Haskell.
see.
Yes, sorry. Quill was distracting me with her zooming around the map.
There's something interesting in this room, Stew Drinker. I can feel it.
You want to check it out?
Yes, please open the door.
All right.
Watch out for any more glyphs.
It's a small room. There is the remains of a shattered desk. Otherwise, you don't see anything.
Where do I sense the magic? I'm going in.
Okay, you step in and you sense it all around you, and you realize as you step in that your footsteps don't make any sounds.
That's odd. When I speak, does it make noise?
Nope.
You'll have to speak up, Haskell. What's going on?
He's gonna step out and try talking.
It's normal.
The room is silenced for some reason.
Oh.
That sounds like a perfect place for you.
I agree.
He's gonna glare at Quill. I don't see anything else though.
Are you quite sure, Haskell? You might try examining that room just for a little longer, just to really make sure there's nothing you missed.
I have quite a few songs I could start singing if you'd prefer, Avarice. Songs I used to sing on travels.
Tori, can Quill go in?
Yeah.
These look like they're stabs on the ground, are they not?
Sorry, they are the remains of a desk. It looks like table legs.
Interesting. Are there like, oh my gosh, there's no walls. Okay, so are there like, what are they called? Are there runes etched into the walls or anything? Can I do some sort of like arcana to know what's going on in this room?
Sure, yeah. You can make an arcana check.
Okay. Boom. I got a nat 1. I have a hero point though, and she really wants to be able to prove something, so she's gonna re-roll. And I got a +2, so a 9. Grand old 9.
9. Seems like it's under some sort of silence spell. You are amazed that you've probably never seen a spell cast on an area that is this permanent, because this place is really old. So
interesting.
I don't want to speak for Quill, but she's probably just really like in awe that this spell has endured for so long. But there's not really much more you can get from that.
Okay, cool. She'll go out and she'll explain that eagerly to Avarice.
Okay.
Sorry, what is this structure over here?
That is the fireplace. That's up on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah. Avarice is like doing the thing where she's listening, but like not really listening because she's really focused. But she's clearly excited about what you're telling her, but she's just, her attention is split.
Sure.
Yeah. There is another door. Is anyone opening that one?
I would love to.
Designated door opener, stew drinker. The DD here. All right. You see a collapsed staircase. It's really choked up with rubble, and it looks like it really got crunched pretty good in the crash.
Looks like a dead end.
It would be like stairs leading up. I'm just thinking about that. Okay.
There's no magic, right?
No, not from there.
Haskell's
I'm sorry, you noticed this too. Stew drinker, you see some color, like some white and some cloth in the rubble.
Oh. Can I try to dig out? Because I'd imagine Stew Drinker think there might be someone there.
Sure. So you start moving rocks and things?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
As you do, you unearth... It takes you a little while. Avarice will probably finish up her sketch as you're doing this. But you unearth a skeleton in tattered robes. Looks to be human. These robes look really foreign to you, though. They're in a style and everything that certainly is not from your time or people.
Brother, have you seen anything like this before in your visions?
Can I make a roll? If I probably have not, but
you haven't seen them in your visions, but you could examine it and see if you can discover anything. Probably a history.
no.
This is I found the bane of your guys' existence, an intelligence-based exploration.
I have not seen these, brother. This is beyond my understanding of the world. I would think that Haskell would be the most likely to be identified.
Somebody say my name.
Can I very carefully lift the body, trying not to disturb any element of it, out so that Haskell can take a look?
Sure. You can do that.
Man, guys, Haskell's the worst bard.
Avarice also wanders into the room. She snaps her notebook shut. Anything interesting in here? Oh my. Quickly, let's set it up on the table. And Avarice starts trying to like turn the table back over so you guys can lay the skeleton on it.
Have you seen this before?
No, but look at the clothing, the pattern. That's very typical of Netherese. This must have been one of them. This is incredible. We are looking at an actual Netherese being. Well, was a being.
Cool.
What makes you so certain just because of the clothes?
Intellectual leap?
I suppose there's no guarantee. It seems like quite a ruse, though, to find some long-forgotten skeleton, dress it up in tattered Netherese robes, and bury it in some rubble, don't you think?
I'm not saying somebody dressed it up. I'm saying it could have been taken elsewhere.
Yes, well. It doesn't appear to have anything else on it that would be useful to us.
We should continue downwards then.
One more moment.
What about the last door?
Yes, exactly. Stew Drinker, please, would you do the honors?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. You're so helpful.
Thank you.
She like gives a just like venomous glare, or like shoots a venomous stare at Haskell as she says this.
Haskell is constantly just grinning at her, raising an eyebrow.
All right, you see another choked up spiral staircase. All right, I guess the small one is correct. Down we go.
That must have hurt.
I will go again.
I feel like this is it's like a group of friends when two friends are like bitterly feuding and everyone's just like, can we just have a good time? Like, I'm just gonna go.
Quill
Gosh,
is chewing the inside of her cheek raw, just trying to keep chill.
It's okay. Avarice is ice cold as usual.
How far down does this hole look like it goes?
Looks similar to the others that you've slid down so far. Looks like it goes to the next level of the tower. Moon Eye's headed down. Oh, yeah.
Before we go down, does this ring have a limited number of uses?
Yes.
That was an ominous question.
It is once per day you can attempt the check.
That's okay. I have so many ideas. I need to pick one.
You think I'm gonna hand you an unlimited ring? Go crazy.
So is it like a reaction? Do I still have to spend my spell
It is
slot?
an action. No, it could even be a spell that someone else casts.
So it's a reaction to a spell being cast?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I am understanding your question now. Mhm.
Okay.
But a cast by yourself or an ally. So yes, it is a reaction.
An ally. Okay. That's okay. I can work with this. Avarice is an ally, right?
I suppose that depends on Haskell's view of things.
Got
But
mixed
as long
feelings.
as she is cooperating with you guys and working on your side, I would count it. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on from all these ominous questions. And Moon Eye will go down to the next level. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So down here, you see a bunch more books. It appears to have been some kind of another laboratory study room of sorts. There are upside down storage cupboards and empty shelves that are attached to the walls, as well as a bunch of shattered glass and equipment all around the floor. There are also a handful of arcane looking symbols painted on your ceiling, what would have been the floor.
Can I to buy those?
Yeah,
or
you can
fin-
examine
you can
them.
finish describing if you want.
No, that's fine. And then there's another tunnel as well over here, going farther down. There is a door, another door here, and then another little chamber off the side.
I'm confident that I won't be able to identify them. An 11.
An 11. You can identify them as arcane in nature, but you're not sure exactly what they indicate. They don't seem that nothing about them has like activated though, that you don't seem to have disturbed the area in any way.
Okay. It is safe for everyone to come down.
All right.
How about we go down in the same order?
That's fine by me, but perhaps you could take a little less than 5 minutes to follow us.
Of course.
Lovely.
Does this side chamber have anything in it?
Yes. I will describe it momentarily. Yes. Haskell, are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna take off this very cool ring and I'm gonna hand it up to Quill. I think you'd be better suited to use this than I would. But this is going to be a bit of trust between the two of us. If I see this ring on Avarice's hand, I'm going to be very upset, Quill.
Quill rolls her eyes. I thought you were proposing to me for a second, Haskell.
Don't be ridiculous.
It would not be the first interesting choice you've made since we've got in here.
That would be an entirely new category of interesting.
Bump him like just like a little bit as if like trying to make amends, little bit of a joke.
Just so you know though, aside from breaking my trust, if you do give this to Avarice, she probably will take it as a proposal.
Well, let us say we are not there yet. And what does it do?
Here's my notes
slips
on
it on.
I'm gonna give her.
Will you fast forward it? Will you just...
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have to attune to it. That's the only other thing. Yeah.
How long does that take in D&D?
I think it's a short. I can't remember if it's 10 minutes or a short rest.
Cool. I'll just plan on doing it on my short rest. Whenever we do that next.
My notes for you on some things to use it with. You can do it with your own, but.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay. All right. Couple things. Moon Eye, you are peeking in this side room. You see a stone altar attached to your ceiling. Otherwise, it's empty. It's a semicircular room, and there's an 8-pointed star carved into the face of the altar. It's about 9 feet above you.
Do I have any significance of the 8-pointed star?
You can make a religion check. As you guys are coming down, the last of you, I guess Moon Eye would also notice this because he's so darn perceptive. But you hear the door opening over here.
I got an 11 on that religion roll.
Religion. Okay, you are not sure. You this obviously is an altar. This is obviously religious in nature, but you don't recognize this being.
I will turn and face the door.
You see. Oh,
sorry. Continue.
I mean, you can react if you like.
No, you're good. Go with yours.
You see a familiar face. Well, familiar to 3 of you. Quill and Haskell, well, actually, I guess all of you would have seen this. This is the man who burned in East Haven. And also, Quill and Haskell, the man who asked you to catch Twingas. And Avarice immediately scowls. What are you doing here? And he comes out, like he's kind of got his hands raised. He's looking around cautiously. I'm sorry. Avarice, it's not lovely to see you, but it is good to see some competent individuals around here.
I like the first two things that came out of your mouth. Avarice, explain. We watched him burn.
How am I supposed to know? What? I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. This is Dazan. That's all I know.
How was he here when we saw him burn?
Not to worry. I am a simulacrum.
I see. Can I see if Haskell knows what that is?
Yes.
I see. So confidently,
Oh,
do I
yeah.
see? Is that an
Right.
arcana?
Yes.
I will roll that.
Anyone can.
11.
Anyone can
Whoa.
roll.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Moon Eye or sorry, Stew Drinker. I don't think you can roll in this one. You're not gonna
I'd
know.
probably just be like looking at him in awe of like,
Unai has no idea.
Haskell, you got an 11. A simulacrum. You have heard the term before. It's like a copy or something. Quill, you know this. You are very much aware of this spell. It is a high-level spell that basically you make an exact copy of yourself out of like ice and snow. And this copy knows what you know at the time of its creation, has your personality, like is a copy of you in pretty much every way. But they are aware that they are a copy, and there's no like memory transfer or anything beyond after it is created. Like it kind of continues with its own existence, if that makes sense.
That is very interesting. Quill will walk over and like look from side to side. It is incredible that you have been made from ice and snow. Can I touch your hand?
Sure. He'll hold out his hand.
Is it warm?
No, it's cold.
It's cold.
Mm-hmm. Feels like you're touching ice.
Fascinating. Thank you. What are you doing here, Dazan's copy?
What did you say about burning?
He was caught, and unfortunately we could not prevent his demise.
He ponders this for a moment.
Does he look sad?
He looks... go ahead and make an insight check.
Da-da-da! 19.
eh,
Plus 1, 20. A dirty 20, thanks to chat.
He looks ponderous. You don't really detect much sadness. More... I guess he looks a bit crestfallen and disturbed by the news, but not in a, oh man, I'm gonna miss that guy kind of way. I see. I did wonder why he hadn't returned. We were supposed to stay here until his return and continue investigating this tower. When he did not come back as soon as he said, I decided it was best if I stayed safe so that at least I would be preserved.
That is the point of your existence, I suppose.
Well, with your help, perhaps it could be more.
I'm quite sorry,
what are you
but
asking for?
unfortunately, it seems as if Avarice does not care for you. Avarice, what do you think of helping this simulacrum?
I was no friend of Dazan, that's true, but I suppose we shared a mission of sorts. I really don't care what this thing does, as long as it does not get in my way.
That's the kindest thing I think we've ever heard you say.
This is clearly Dazan. Since the Dazan that we have existed is no longer in existence, leaving this to be the only one. It's not an it or a copy. But why did he create you?
Well, I expect in the event of his demise, he wanted his work, my work, to continue. And now with you here, perhaps it can. Crintus, it's all right, come out. And you guys see an undead guardian.
Yeah, Haskell's
Step
drawn
out.
a weapon.
None of that now. He's not dangerous.
I disagree.
Here are their pictures. This is Dazan and Crintus.
They're so cute together.
Oh, I can think of as Crentist from The Office.
Crentist.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Crintus, that's what he looks like. It looks like.
So Crintus does not look like the ice zombie creatures that we've seen.
No, Crintus looks like, you guys could make a religion check if you want. Moon Eye, you would just probably know this. It's clearly undead, and this appears to be a white. Moon Eye would recognize that. The rest of you,
Okay.
if you would like, can make checks.
Haskell knows enough. It is undead.
Mm-hmm. And it has armor and a weapon. It's not. It has not drawn it or anything. It's merely walked out here.
Calm yourself, Haskell. This has obviously been summoned. And if Dazan Silcrum does not mean us harm, then I doubt that it does too.
We're making an awful big habit of trusting shady people.
Relax. This is my companion, my guardian.
Yes, and having that as a guardian makes you a shady person.
I don't think people who are poking around a broken off Netherese tower should be making judgment calls on who's shady, especially in the company of, he nods toward Avarice.
He's gonna sigh. He looks so frustrated. He puts his weapon away. Exploration and necromancy are very different things, but everyone else is fine with it. I will be too.
Well, as I was saying, perhaps you could help me if you would be willing. And in fact, I may even be willing to strike a deal if I must leave here or stay out of your way or whatever it is you desire. The point is, I am not living. He gestures to Quill. You felt my hand. I'm cold. I am not a living creature. There is a peculiar chamber down in the lowest level of this tower here that has the capability, I believe, to turn illusory things into real things, including myself. The ingredient that has been missing all this time, though, is a life spark. I have none. Crintus, obviously, has none. I need someone living to help.
Help how?
To activate it. It is not dangerous for you. There's no sacrifice of the life spark. It merely needs to be present.
I'll lend you my life spark.
Now, hold on just 1 minute. We want to make a new Dazan.
Why not?
I'm sorry, didn't he get burned or something for murdering people?
Not without our very vigilant try to stop it from happening.
Oh, so we wanted to spare the murderer. Is that what we were going for.
I never heard the details of the trial.
Right.
Are you a murderer? Cold.
I'm sorry.
version?
Am I? Oh, are you asking Dazan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see Dasan. Are you a murderer?
I myself, as a simulacrum, have only done what is necessary to survive. And
Does
as
that
you
mean
know,
killing someone?
if there was someone here to kill, don't you think I would have asked them to help me as I am
Okay,
doing
just
to
answer
you?
the question without sarcasm. I'm on your side here.
No. I have been waiting here since my creation.
He's gonna look at Avarice. He's not a murderer.
I'm sorry, he has the memories, the personality, the tendencies of a murderer.
But he has not done
Yes.
it by his own hand.
But he was created before the murder occurred.
Exactly.
Oh yes, because Dazan was squeaky clean before just that one instance. That's all it was.
And are you squeaky clean? Should we leave you in this chamber?
Leave
In
me
fact,
in
I
this
would-
chamber.
I would bet money, the very little coin I have, that you are a murderer, Avarice.
I'm not here to debate with you, Haskell.
Of
I'm
course
merely
you
pointing
aren't.
out that I don't see what use this would be to us.
Because people deserve to be helped if we cross their paths, and they don't try to kill us. Unlike 90% of the hellbound beings here.
Avarice, wouldn't it be interesting to see the result of this experiment?
Why don't you make a persuasion check with advantage?
Advantage. Persuasion. The chat bar is neutral. I got a 19.
Quill, I hate that you are so convincing. But yes, it would be quite interesting, and I can't think of a better creature to experiment on than this one. It's completely safe to us. And we'll get to see the rune chamber in full action. So, fine.
That sounds wonderful. Now,
Congratulations,
Dazan.
Dasan. You've been deemed an experiment, and therefore worthy of being saved.
Quill's gonna take a slow step closer to Dazan, like really getting into his bubble, and she's gonna like run a fingertip like under his jaw up to his chin to like make him meet her eyes. But let me tell you one thing, Dazan. If you are lying, and one of my friends or myself lose our life spark in this experiment, your remaining time will be saturated in misery. Do we have an understanding?
Crintus, you see, kind of shifts a little. It's all right, Crintus. Yes, of course, we have an understanding.
Excellent. Then it seems we all have a plan. Can I do an insight real quick just to make sure he's telling me the truth?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I still had advantage on. My first. Does it do the first roll, then the second?
You can just look at the first one.
Okay. 16. Plus 1, 17.
You don't detect any deception from him. He looked you in the eye. He met your gaze. He seemed calm.
Wonderful.
Make yourself useful and fight alongside us in the meantime, though.
I don't mean to put myself at risk before I'm even made.
You don't need to
living.
put yourself at risk.
Crintus will be at your service.
I think you'll both be at our service, as we're literally going to give you a life.
Haskell, there's no use trying to reason with him.
There is always use trying to reason, Avarice.
She's going to go into the next chamber and start examining the altar and things.
Can I get by Crintus to go to this room?
Yes, yeah, he'll let you through. I'll
Just
stick him over
shoves
here.
past the undead.
Ugh,
I'm
out of the
step in
way.
to see what's in there.
Indeed. Okay. You see this is the first room you've seen that looks kind of put together, probably because Crentis and Dazan were hanging out in here. So you see like the makings of an office that they have made the best of. And let's see. There is a table, and there's an amulet and a gem on the table.
What is Dazan wearing? Does he look like he has anything interesting on him?
Dazan is in like frayed robes and like a hat, kind of like a witch style hat. And he's carrying a book.
He's carrying a book.
Wait, that might be wrong. No, he's not carrying a book. Just him. It does not appear as though Dazan proper left Dazan copy clone with much. Which makes sense. The illusion, the simulacrum doesn't require like anything to continue living. So
Give me your hat. If you're not going to help us, I want your hat.
it's illusory. If I remove it and give it to you, it will turn into slush in your hands.
Give it to me anyways.
He'll take it off and give it to you.
Does it
And
melt?
It does melt.
Does he still have a hat or is it gone?
It's gone.
That was a silly hat. I didn't like it.
I don't like you very much.
Well, I'll be sharing my life spark with you. Perhaps you'll like me then.
Crentis kind of like growls at you. Moon Eye, amulet and gem on the table. Are you doing anything in here?
Yes, I will pick them up. And step to the doorway.
Ah, yes, I was in the middle of studying those. They seem to be ancient Netherese artifacts of some kind. Well, I suppose I would be willing to part with them as a sort of payment.
Well, we will see if we deserve your payment, but I will hold them for now and keep them safe out of everyone else's hands. I look at Haskell. Everyone's.
If he's giving them as payment, then we'll split it fairly, right?
Later.
That's fine. Just don't give it away to some sick child or something.
Sick child would need it more than you.
I don't think a sick child is going to need an amulet.
Certainly will, to pay for the healing from the clerics.
Oh, you're too good, Moon Eye.
I'm actually going to say we could take a quick break now because my oven is beeping and I need to shut it off. And then we can continue investigating the final level of this tower and see what the rune chamber and such is all about. So we will be back just before the hour in about 10 minutes. So see you then. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from our short rest. We are still here in the Netherese Tower, and the group has just agreed to help the Dazan clone become real Dazan, potentially, in a magical rune chamber down below. Oh, and Moon Eye found a gem, large, it's like fist-sized gem, and an amulet of some kind. Quill, you are here in the what altar chamber with Avarice. as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What is everybody doing? Dazan seems content to kind of like follow your lead. So if you guys want to look around before heading down immediately, he
Opening
will
this door.
wait.
Have we checked this door?
You have not.
We have not.
Gestured stew drinker to open the door.
All right, I'm on it.
It is some crumbled stairs that seem to line up with the ones that you saw on the previous level.
That's just my luck.
Down it is.
I'm gonna see if Avarice knows what this altar is for. Quill, you can make a check too if you would like.
Oh yeah, I would
Religion.
also like to make a check because
Okay.
Haskell actually cares about religion.
It's a
even though
what
he's not
check?
very good at it.
Religion.
Religion is not something I'm skilled at.
Okay, neither am I.
20. Dirty 20.
Okie doke. Need to pull up stat sheet. Okay. So you recognize this symbol, and this makes sense because you were a studier of the gods in a past life. You recognize it as the symbol of excuse me, Mistral, which is the first incarnation of Mistra, the god of magic. You also know you have not seen many of these kinds of shrines in your travels. That a holy shrine to Mistral is a pretty rare place, a rare find, and being a god of magic, the shrines are often full of mystery. They usually have some kind of mysterious element that is more than meets the eye.
Does my detect magic get anything? Has it been
yes.
more than 10 minutes?
When did you first cast it?
On the last floor.
Oh, on the last floor.
Mhm.
You probably still have it then.
Cool.
You don't detect anything magical here.
I would like to be respectful before we go on. I imagine Haskell just barely kind of notices this shrine, and he's going to become reverent for once in this dungeon. And he's going to go kneel in front of it. And I am going to cast I'm just going to cast a Cure Wounds into it and sacrifice one of my spell slots, basically.
Okay.
He's going to just like create some magical energy and like donate it.
Okay. So the altar is like on the ceiling. So you are like standing right below it. And you see this symbol carved into the front of the altar.
How high up is the ceiling?
It's 9 feet above the floor. So
Studrinker.
maybe like another 6 feet for you.
Could you boost me up?
Yeah, I got you.
He'll kneel below it, do like a little like muttered prayer to himself, and then he'll reach up and cast the Cure Wounds on Stew Drink and let him touch the shrine.
Okay. So when you touch the symbol carved into the altar, a flask filled with shimmering blue liquid like appears, sort of like apparates above what would have been atop the altar but is now immediately below it, and starts to fall. And you and Stew Drinker, I'll just say, I guess we didn't really decide positions, but everyone in this room can try to make a dexterity check to catch it before it falls, if they would like to.
Okay.
Stew Drinker, I will say, if you make the check, you may drop Haskell.
I'm not gonna drop
Save it,
Haskell.
Stew Drinker.
All right, so dexterity, a dexterity saving throw.
I'm trying. My roll 20 just freaked out. Sorry. Could you roll for me, Tori?
Sure. I got you a 15.
Did
on
you
the dice.
affirmate?
I that's
I'm a
just what I
hero.
rolled.
Okay.
Oh.
You can do the math.
Let's see. I have pretty good dexterity saves. Yeah. Okay. That's a 21.
Okay, you're able to catch it just before it falls like below where your feet would be. And you have this vial of this like shining, shimmering blue liquid.
What was this god's name again?
Mistral, who is like a previous incarnation of Mistra, the god of magic.
Thank you, Mistral. And he'll do like a little bow and gesture to have Stew Drinker put him down. He's gonna clutch that tight to his chest and glare at Avarice.
She's watching all of this with rapt attention. What is it?
A gift from a god.
Yes, I understand that, but what is it?
He's gonna take it out. He's gonna look at it again. Can I roll a check on it?
You can try. This is probably going to take some more thorough examination than just Arcana check.
So it is an Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7.
You don't know.
I'm not quite sure yet, but it's meant to be in my possession.
Oh, is it? Did the gods speak to you too?
Yes, they do, as a matter of fact. How many gods have you appeased and upset?
That is not your business, and there's only one that matters.
That sounds like none to me. He's gonna put it away. Also, devils are not gods.
Usually the people who say that don't end up living very long. Am I right, Quill? That's been my experience, at least.
Typically, those who take your stance have their souls bound to hell.
I would really prefer to not fight and just to finish our business here.
I agree with Quill.
Fine. I'm merely pointing out that it might be useful to understand the mysterious blue liquid we just got from an altar from an ancient Netherese tower.
And she has a point there, Haskell.
We don't know what this rune chamber might bring. It could be useful.
I will understand what was given to me when it's time for me to understand it.
Well, knowing you, that's going to take a very long time.
Perhaps you could sacrifice something. See if the god gifts you with the same.
Fine. I see this is going nowhere. Down we go.
Haskell's got the biggest grin.
Haskell, a moment.
he'll step over to Quill.
Is this what you meant when you said you were going to try to keep the peace? This is your best attempt?
This is more personal than avarice, Quill. I take the gods very seriously, and if they give me something, I'm not sharing it with some devil worshipper.
You could explain just what it is.
I don't honestly know what it is. I'm telling the truth with that. But I do have confidence that I will know what it is when it's time to know what it is. He'll pull it out. He'll show it to Quill. Have you seen anything like it?
Can I roll a knowledge on this?
You can try.
Sorry.
Is it religion or is it
It's
Arcana?
Arcana.
Okay, cool. That's the one I'm good at. 15.
Looks magic. Looks drinkable. You don't know what it is.
Unfortunately, I have not come across this kind of liquid before. But still,
It's too precious to drink.
less confrontational. Please.
I will
Perhaps
be
we
less
should ask Dazan.
Yes, he's been living here for some time. Dazan, do you know what this is?
And he has the knowledge of a mage.
I also have the knowledge of a mage, I will have you know.
Haskell's gonna turn so Dasan can see it, but so Avarice can't.
They're both in the room together. You're going to run up to Dazan.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna show it to Dazan if Avarice can see it.
Okay, well, Moon Eye, what is it you have there?
Why don't you go down after Moon Eye, Avarice, and me and Dasan will chat.
Moon Eye, do you have anything
Yes.
useful? What is that? She nods at the objects you're holding.
Just jewelry. I am putting it into my pouch to keep it safe.
That is more than just jewelry, my friend. Those are very rare magical netheries artifacts, obviously.
Wait, did my detect magic get magic on them?
Yes, sorry, I missed
okay.
if you had put that over there or not.
I think it's just on me in like an aura, isn't it?
It's like in a cone. I just forget that it's on.
Okay, gotcha. I may have not gotten it then.
But yes, they're magic. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I see that this is not going anywhere, so perhaps we should just move on to the rune chamber. You can't possibly stuff an entire chamber in your pocket now, can you, Haskell?
Don't doubt me until you see me try.
All right. Stew Drinker, are you going down, or Moon Eye, are you going down first?
I would let Stew Drinker go down.
Okay.
Will's
Like
just
a
long
slide.
suffering sigh.
Stu, you're up. Or
Will,
down,
may
I
speak
guess.
to you.
Yeah.
Boop.
Who did you want to speak to, Moonai?
Will. Or Haskell, I suppose.
I would be happy to speak with you if that is what you wish.
I
Are
see
these-
I'm
all
not
ears.
wanted here, so I will just go ahead and go
Just
down.
go down the hole. Thank you.
Are these items of importance for us at this time?
Are you asking... You're asking...
Well,
Quill
they're both there,
and
so I'll ask
Haskell.
both. Yeah.
Are you waiting till Dazan and Quintus go down, or are you fine with them just chilling?
If Avarice goes down, I'm going to run over to Dazan and I'm going to show him the vial.
Oh my god.
I'm fine with them seeing it. He already said he's looked at it, so.
Yeah, he didn't. He hasn't seen this before.
No. I mean the items I have.
Oh, yeah. Are you... I'm sorry, this would require an identify spell, and I am not burning any more magical energy until I am able to come to life and regain it. I only
You're
have
not
what I
going
have.
to, or you
see.
can't.
I'm not going to. Now, are you going to help me, or are you just going to run around antagonizing everyone?
I am helping.
Oh,
I got the vial.
right. Yes. I'll just go down then. Come on, Quintus.
Don't let her sarcasm rub off on you, Dasan. You're starting to sound like Avarice, and nobody but Quill likes that.
I assure you I am
Haskel's
nothing
gonna go
like
down.
that pyromaniac. He'll head down. And once again, Quill is behind for a serious conversation. This has just been Quill intervention time.
Oh my goodness. Okay. She looks so tired when she turns and looks at everybody.
What now?
Well, I wanted you to take a look at these items to see if they're important for us. While we are here doing that, though, I would say that your lover is becoming difficult to work with.
Is it
I
her
have-
fault?
No, it's of course Haskell's, but I did not trust her before, and I am having more difficulty. The layers of snow are not building up to safety.
No, it is becoming like an avalanche of hostility going to end in someone's death.
I suspect you are correct.
This is the problem that I'm seeing, Moonai. I can't shut Haskell up. And not everyone has the patience of a sloth.
I am not sure what a sloth is, but I will take that you were not insulting me with that comment.
No, I am not. Just merely that they are not perturbed by the events happening around them. So I can't stop her from having a reaction to someone who insists on provoking one.
This is true. Although you have done your best. You have done your best. If I may ask, not that I wish death to befall upon anyone in our group, which would bother you more greatly if death were to occur?
I think that I would remove myself and half of the equation before it came to death. But I would no longer be part of this traveling party.
That is good to know. Then we will need to make sure that we do not get there.
He has sworn to me that he will improve, and yet I have not seen this yet.
He will not improve.
Is Haskell standing there?
I was gonna
Haskell went down
ask.
the hole.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
You're
Okay.
doing like a big smile, Chase, and I was like, is Haskell
Chase-
just sitting there,
Chase
just
has a big
grinning
smile.
at us?
Haskell doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, Haskell has a big smile, but not about this.
Any peacekeeping tips that you have, I would be happy to absorb.
I'm not well versed in that area. I've spent many years by myself. And I feel that giving the call of the Auroch and rolling in the mud will not help in this situation.
Likely not.
I have
What do you
found that
take-
giving out gifts seems to make people happy.
Well, I do not think I can convince either Haskell to give Avarice a gift, nor Avarice to give Haskell a gift.
No, but if you give each of them gifts, they will stay happy and not be so grumpy with each other.
I will consider this.
Give
And she starts
Haskell
doing like a
something
mental.
magical and give Avarice either yourself or something evil,
Mhm.
and they should both be happy.
Chat says a kiss.
Like Moon Knight said, yourself or something evil.
Okay,
That-
perfect.
that fits.
Uh-huh. And magical. It fits all of the ticks. It
Does.
checks all the boxes. Well, if we are talking about items, let us look at what you have here. I rolled another Arcana. I don't know if that was the correct roll for this, Tori. Get a 15.
You can tell they're magical. You know that to learn the intimate properties, you would need to identify them magically or attune.
Is that some sort of special action?
Identify is
spell?
a spell,
Okay. Okay, sounds
or
good.
potentially a scroll if you found something like that.
All right, sounds good.
Can I attune with them?
If you have attunement slots available, which I don't think any of you guys are close to.
We don't
Maybe
have
you're
stuff,
mad, so.
please.
I'm sorry, Haskell, who got a ring and then a vial, and then you crushed 2 of the things I gave you, and
I didn't
Sorry,
say it was your
can't-
fault. I just said we don't have things.
hey, yeah, so you can attune if you would like.
Yeah, I will, just so we know what they are.
Okay, that's gonna take some time.
We
Okay.
have to do it on our short rest.
Yeah, in that case, I'll just put them away.
Okay. All right, a gift.
Downstairs. Oh, sorry. Are you finished, Quill?
No, I have one more
Okay.
thing I want to do.
Go
I'm gonna
for it.
I'm gonna go downstairs, and I'm gonna take Avarice's hand. I'm gonna lead her to the side. I will give you a kiss for every time you do not engage Haskell when he is being an idiot. We can tally it all up. End of day, many kisses.
This could get very inappropriate very quickly.
She kind of gives you a look. Quill, as much as I would enjoy that, I hope you understand. In fact, I know...
She's going to put a finger on Avarice's lips. If you go too much further, my understanding will be that my kisses are not as good or not as satisfying to you as not rebuking Haskell when he deserves rebuking.
That is not at all what I am about to say.
That is how I'm going to take it. And perception is reality. So I think you should just nod, say yes, and we will have a lovely dungeon crawl.
I'm not a pet.
No. I am quite aware.
I'm not just some mongrel you can train with treats at the end of the day. I merely wanted to point out, Quill, that I know you are someone who takes herself very seriously. And I have seen what happens when you get pushed to the edge. You don't stand for people disrespecting you. I am not saying that I am going to do anything because I have promised that I would play nice. And I have done what I can so far. But I'm merely pointing out the situation. You know who I am. You know what I am and what I stand for. And so you will understand why I cannot endure this situation forever. Just as you would not.
When you get to your edge, let me know.
I think it will be quite clear for everyone. But don't worry, she'll pat your hand. Let's just get through this.
Quill watches her walk away and inwardly curses at Moon Eye. That did not go the way I thought it was going to go.
All right, and Moon Eye finally comes down. So this chamber that you guys are in, there are shattered plates and rusty spoons and knives and things and chairs and tables scattered all over the floor. Looks like the remains of what must have been the dining area. And there is a door here. And that is all. And a fireplace as well. Yes, so the rune chamber is just out to this door and down the hall.
All right. I'll bust through that door.
Bam! Kick it down. No, just kidding. Open it carefully. You see a hall, as Dazan promised, and there are a few doors off of it. He will let you know that it is through this door that the rune chamber is in. But you do see a door behind you and then a door over here.
I'll start moving forward to let everyone else in the hall.
And Stew Drinker, I'm just going to do you a little bit of a favor. You've opened enough of these doors now to realize that this one probably lines up with the spiral staircase that you've been seeing.
Oh my gosh.
That's where all the treasure hoard is. Totally up the stray.
Avarice will give your hand a squeeze, Quill. And
oh, she's not holding her hand.
Oh, okay. Quill's pissed.
Yeah. Quill's a little irritated right now.
Well, everyone's a little irritated.
Yeah.
She marches into the hallway then, and she snaps at Dazan. Better come if you want to live through this.
I found a scroll down here while we were waiting for you, Avarice. Would it make you feel better if I gave it to you?
Are you talking about the hallway?
Is that what
Me?
Haskell is talking about?
I'm talking about a scroll.
But you said you found it down here.
Yeah. I mean, I was down
Haskell's
here before
lying.
she was. I am lying like a liar.
Yes, I'm just saying she was here. She was in the room before you were.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like in the hallway.
Oh, got it. Go ahead and make a bluff check. Deception check.
Okay. Let's see. About a 25.
Ooh.
When she walks the corner, he's like pulling it out like he just found it. And it's the Dwarven Scroll that I found in the Druger's little boat house forever ago.
I don't even remember what that was. Do you know
It's
what kind of scroll it was?
It's a scroll written in Dwarven that was talking about their hideout or something. It was nothing important.
Got it. Okay. Oh,
It gave us the information
I
about the boat.
understand. Okay. Yeah.
It's written in a
Whatever.
language I don't understand.
Fine. She'll hold her hand out.
Perhaps if you can translate, we can start a scholarly relationship where we share knowledge.
Why don't you let me see what it is first?
He'll hand it to her.
She will look at it. Well, unluckily for you, I do not speak or read Dwarvish. Perhaps with some time I could decipher it, but this is clearly not a spell scroll.
It might be interesting. Why don't you hold on to it?
She's gonna make a insight check.
Does that mean I need another deception, or is this?
No, I'll
my
just go
first
off of
deception?
what you got. She'll just sort of like give you a squinty-eyed look and say, "Very well," and she'll put it away.
You must understand, though. I care much for the gods. The vial is special to me. Nothing personal.
Haskell, I am under the impression that Quill doesn't want me to harm you in any way, and I don't intend to. So I
That's good
think
for you.
it is in everyone's best interest if you and I talk no more.
I like this plan. Very good.
She'll just walk by you.
I'll
Onto the
slide back
rune
out the-
chamber, Stew Drinker.
I'm gonna try and catch Quill before she goes in the hallway.
Okay.
How did that go?
Poorly.
What did you offer as a gift?
I would rather not say.
And she did not want it.
No, she thought that I was offering her treats, like a pet, and then said things about mongrels, and it was all generally unkind and unpleasant.
Now that you say that, I have noticed that when you give out gifts to people, things can get out of control. That may have been a bad suggestion. You could
Eyes
still...
get so wide as she stares at you.
The funny thing is, I don't know if Ian's done it on purpose or not, but Moon Eye's wisdom's all been so wise except for romance. And
Yeah.
It's like he's so wise you want to trust him, but then he says something like that.
That would have been valuable information to have previously, Moon Eye.
Yes, it would have been. I agree.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but are you in some sort of relationship with Avarice? This is Dazan talking.
Quill's wide-eyed expression slowly rotates toward Dazan as a little bit of madness and like bloodlust rises into her eyes. She's like, I don't think I was speaking to you, Dazan.
I am not, but she is.
That look rotates back to Moon Eye.
That
You are.
that sounds
Aware of what I am, Moon Eye, but that does not mean I wish to broadcast that information to Avarice's clear enemy.
Well, Zahn has known Avarice much longer than you have. Perhaps Zahn would have a good perspective on this.
You want my perspective?
Have you ever had any relations with her?
Here's my advice to you. Get as far away from that psychopath as you can.
I agree with that. I think it's a very good suggestion.
Will takes a sharp step towards Dazan. That is my lover you are speaking about. I would recommend you walking away right now.
That is also a good suggestion. She was very
What is
defensive
not
of
a good
Avarice.
suggestion, Moon Eye? At this
No,
point,
for him to walk away, it is a good suggestion.
Quintus
That-
will walk.
I'm-
Well, he'll walk through the door, and Quintus will like give you a dead-eyed stare as he covers the back.
I think
I would
perhaps I
love-
should stay out of these situations.
I would love to hear what you would consider to be a bad idea.
Well, now I would say suggesting to give yourself to Avarice is a bad idea. But that's because we've experienced that it's a bad idea.
Oh my goodness! Look at this. I don't think this is Netherese in nature. Stew Drinker Avarice bends down behind you and picks up something off the ground. Look at this. Have you ever seen anything like this, Stew Drinker? This looks like something more natural. And Stew Drinker, you see that it is a Chwinga cookie, something you've seen many times. This one, however, is in a little shape of a. It's like a face, and it's got a grumpy face on it.
Oh, I've gotten these before. They're delicious. You should try it.
She'll take a small nibble. Oh, wow, that actually is quite good.
Right?
Even eat your cookies pretentiously. Now open the door.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're not speaking. I was talking to Stew Drinker.
She'll tuck the cookie away and say a silent prayer in her head, thanking the archdevil real life unicorn for the cookie. All right, Stew Drinker opens the door,
Yes.
and you see a larger-ish chamber. Make sure I've got, yeah, okay. You see the walls are all inscribed with interconnected runes, and that are like marred with cracks as well. The now ceiling has similar inscriptions that swirl like inward, and they converge around a golden crystal disc that is 5 feet in diameter. Like I said, all of that is on your ceiling.
Okay. Can I make my way in and make
Yes.
some room for everyone?
As you step in, an illusory figure appears upside down in the far corner of the room. So over here.
Like on the ceiling or on the ground?
On
its head?
your now floor. Or on your now ceiling, sorry. So it
Okay.
would have been standing on the floor just talking to whoever entered in, another version of events.
Sure.
It starts speaking. It looks like some sort of a human, but their garb suggests a mage, a wizard of some kind, and you have never heard this language before in your life. But it's just going on. Like, it doesn't seem to have. It's not looking at you. It's just, think like a pre-recorded message. Like, it's just been triggered and now it's talking.
It's on.
Shh, shh, shh. Listen.
I am. It's all nonsense.
Well, it is if you haven't studied the lost languages. And the figure keeps talking, and Avarice is clearly like concentrating and trying her best to listen. The rest of you file in, I suppose.
Yeah, I restrain from casting hideous laughter.
Quill and Mooneye, you guys are bringing up the rear.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Quill's walking like a pissed off cat, just like so tense. Her tail is just like whipping back and forth every now and then, just like obviously irked off.
Unai will walk by her, put his hand out, take it back. Keep trying to assess whether he should try and calm her or not.
Son, why are we all cramming in this room? Where are we going?
Okay, I think I'm okay. I think I can translate the rough idea. Behold the masterpiece. He's presenting this room. Here, illusions can be made real. Shadows become substance. Create your illusion. Then it needs to stand atop the crystal disc and watch my rune chamber do its work. I think that my LaRose is a little rusty, but that's the best that I can do. And I'd say marginally better than anyone else here could do.
Yes, we're all very impressed. Is there a crystal disc on the ceiling?
Yes, there's like a big golden disc up
Can
there.
anybody walk on the ceiling?
Me just checking spell lists really quick of all these mage people. Okay.
I believe that ring may be able to help here, perhaps, Quill?
I have not had a chance to attune it. And she'll toss it back at him.
Don't give it back to me. I don't feel comfortable using it. It seems too complicated.
Perhaps
I have not had a chance to attune it. Do we want to take a short rest?
Perhaps we could try just standing beneath the disc.
That seems rather risky. Do you know how this all works? And where is my life spark going to be provided and how?
I told you, you just need to be in here.
Haskell's going to look at Avarice. He's going to study her answer here with an insight. Did it say anything about the life spark when it was talking?
I'm sorry, I'm not speaking to you right now. It's for the best for everyone.
Can I still insight to see if she had any sort of devious expression or anything? Was that a yes? I think you were muted.
Oh, sorry.
I'm rolling it. It's a 13 insight. Do what you will with it.
She seems pissed at you.
That seems odd.
Odd that she's pissed at you.
I feel like Haskell goes through the world with most everyone pissed at him.
Avarice is walking around the perimeter of the room, examining the walls. As I said, you just need to be in the room.
I don't trust you quite yet. Maybe once you're a real person, I will.
Look for yourself. Study the runes if you like.
Haskell's going to sit down and he's going to start tapping his drum.
He'll mutter to Crintus, I guess. Actually, he'll go over to Avarice, and they're kind of looking at the runes together. And he'll mutter, Stew Drinker, you're close by. You can probably hear. I was just wondering if that creature ever shuts up. And now I know the answer is no. And he nods back toward Haskell, who's banging on his drums.
Not real loud, just a little tappity tap. It's quite a nice rhythm.
Avarice cracks a small smile in spite of herself. And they continue studying the runes. Would anyone else like to examine this chamber?
I examine it while I sit down and drum.
I
just look around.
Sure. You can make an Arcana check.
That's a 9.
How tall is
Quill, that's your
the
check.
ceiling?
It's been about as tall as all the rest of the rooms. So
Okay.
like far above your head, but not like a towering chamber.
Okay.
The 16 is my check.
Okay. You are able to mostly follow the runes, although they are unfamiliar to you. But you you do think that you're able to confirm a life spark is in fact needed to turn an illusory creature into a physical one. The life spark seems to act more like a spark of electricity. It like gives the room like the little bit of jolt it needs to complete the transformation.
Okay.
A life spark is not needed to do this for objects. You also believe that the cracks in the wall have done enough damage to the runes to potentially compromise the magic and give rise to unexpected results to the procedure. Also, Haskell, as you're looking around, you do notice a small glass bottle in the shape of a whale, and you have bottled whale song.
Nice. I snatched that before Avarice could even look at it.
Oh my god.
All right, that takes about a minute, Quill, for you to kind of examine everything.
Cool. She'll turn around and she'll relay that information to everybody. She's probably been stalking around, like cooling off, getting interested in her surroundings again. And she'll be a little bit closer to her normal self when she turns around and explains this to everyone.
Well, I suppose that stops that then, yes? We're not going to be soul swapping or giving life with a potentially malfunctioning creation.
I don't believe so.
You don't believe we're going to use it?
I don't believe that there will be any soul swapping, but I am sorry, I've forgotten myself. I'm not speaking to you. Quill, I believe your assessment is right. There may be unexpected results, but I don't believe them to be in the nature of swapping bodies. This is very much an illusion to reality kind of spell.
Doesn't that sound potentially problematic?
It should be fine. I've tested it on objects, and it works just fine. I assure you.
How have you tested it on objects if you didn't have a life spark?
The life spark is not required for objects, only
well, then
for
I would
living
say that this
creatures.
is a different ritual and you have not tested it.
What was all that talk of people who aren't attacking you deserve to be helped?
That was before you brought us to a malfunctioning machine.
We haven't... I told you, it functions fine. It worked on the objects. It did what it was supposed to do.
Insight? I got I can't tell if we're on a +1 affirmation or not. Does that have to be all the way at the end to give us a +1?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, it's just a flat 18.
You can tell he's being a little dodgy. He seems like he's approaching desperation. So he might be not divulging all of the details.
Even if your past experiments were successful, Dazan, I think that you probably know that it is not exactly stable, and that your lust for life is getting in the way of reason.
If anything is at risk in this experiment, it's me, and that is a risk I am willing to take.
That is fair to me.
What do you think, Avarice? Get over yourself. I asked for your opinion. You're very good at sharing that every other time.
My opinion remains the same. I am no friend of Dazan. I care not whether he lives or dies.
You do care about this experiment, though. Do you think we should do it or not?
We can do it on an object for all I care. But Dazan seems quite committed to the idea, and I am willing to indulge him that much if you also choose to participate. You, of course, are welcome to stand outside of the chamber.
Haskell's gonna walk up real close to Tazan. I want this badly.
Of course.
And you don't intend to go off and worship devils and do evil as soon as you're all done becoming a real person?
I don't have to answer to you. My business is my own, and I will continue living my life.
Well,
that
then
is my
I will
intention.
not provide my life spark. Thank you very much.
Well, then leave the room.
Haskell's gonna walk out.
I feel lighter already.
Can Stew Drinker determine if he could dirty dancing Dazan up to the to step onto the platform?
It would be a really difficult position to hold. And it would potentially, there wouldn't be a way for you to do it without you standing underneath the disc, which you don't really know what that would do.
Okay.
But are you and he tall enough together? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
It would be a little difficult.
Well,
I
may
only
ask
need
you-
one living person in here. If all of you wish to step outside and Avarice wants to conduct the spell, that's fine.
I won't participate if you're not going to openly share information with me. Not with a malfunctioning machine.
Anyone else have opinions? I feel like I've only been hearing one voice talk this entire time. Well, two. Let's not forget Avarice. And he gives her a sarcastic smile. She returns it. I assume you all
looks to
speak for
Moon-Eye to see
yourselves.
what wisdom he has to share with the class.
I was actually kneeling down to talk to you quietly.
Oh, perfect. Then she looked over at the best time.
Do you know why do they not like each other so much?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think it's this thing I heard of called nerd rage. I'm not sure. Research opponents.
Oh no, not Haskell. I understand why people don't like Haskell.
No,
Why
I'm talking about this gesture to Dazan and her. They both like to research, right? So when they get in the way, it creates rivalries. That is my assumption, though. I am not quite sure.
I see. Then why is she willing to help now?
Because of research. It is complicated, and also not complicated.
Very well. The weasel and the fox draw each other together, I suppose.
So it seems like Avarice wants to do this, right?
Avarice is willing to do it, if no one else will. But if you guys actively did not want to bring Dazan to life, she wouldn't.
Be opposed.
She wouldn't. Yeah, she would leave it as is. Please, I just need someone in here. That's all. I stand beneath the disc. Someone touches me, and that's the end of the spell.
I never said no. All you have to do is answer some questions.
I'm done talking to you.
I am
Oh, no.
perfectly fine doing it.
Thank you. For those who do not wish to participate, please step outside.
Haskell's already outside.
Stew Drinker will stay in as well. Just because he wants to make sure that if anything is fishy, he'll be able to keep an eye on his brother.
Okay. Then Dazan will nod at Crentus. Crentus, the door. And the white will step over and shut the door in your face, Haskell.
Is Quill staying in?
No, Quill will leave.
Oh, okay.
I think she'll leave. She was kind of hesitating, and then she decided to leave.
Okay. So Quill steps into the hallway.
Shady people, Haskell's gonna say as she walks out.
All right. Crentus shuts the door, and Dazan looks at Mooneye, gives him a nod, and steps beneath the disc. After he's there for a few moments, the disc starts to glow with a soft golden light. And you see the runes also start to kind of match this light around the room. Avarice is taking notes very carefully. And Dazan looks at you, Mooneye, and says, "All right, now you just have to touch me." And he holds out his hand.
I'll reach out and touch him.
All right. The disc like glows even brighter, and for a moment, this the center part of the room is sort of lost in this bright light. And then it all like the glow starts to fade and deactivate, and think like a whirring machine kind of comes to a slow stop, and you see Dazan standing before you. He does not look any different, but he grabs his face. I think it worked. Here, do I feel like ice? And he'll hold his hand out to you again, Mooneye.
Does he?
He does not. He feels like a person.
Does Mooneye feel like ice?
Mooneye, you do not feel any different.
You seem fine.
Yes, it worked. It worked. And he starts kind of like pacing around the room excitedly. As he does this, Crentus doesn't react. He's just a zombie. He doesn't care about things, but Dazan is like going around excitedly, and then he stops over here and kind of like grabs his face again, and pulls his hand away from his face. And Stew Drinker, you're by him. You see like it. Well, I guess you guys could all see this. This like black, like goo, like sticks from his face to his fingers. Like it. This is an awful metaphor, but like cheese on a pizza as you pull it away from the rest of the pie. Sorry, my dog.
Hey, Boomer didn't like that.
Boomer did not like that.
Not about that. Not about that. And starts and like there's just this like pitch black. It's like tar. What's going on? And then suddenly he just like vomits this black goop, and it just starts pouring out of him onto the floor. And then soon he himself is just melting into this black pile of goo onto the floor. And we all need to roll initiative.
Yeah, that was
Tax us on
not
for
good.
Another one that Haskell was right about.
Oh dear.
Whoops.
Very fittingly, Haskell
I
is
gotta
not jumping
put
into
in the
action.
combat tracker. Okay. Yeah, and you guys on the other side of the door obviously can't see this, but you hear probably people's reactions to this happening.
Disgusting
and
vomiting.
Hear, all of that, and screaming, and yeah.
Oh my goo, says chat.
Oh my goo. That's great.
I'll show you guys the picture. It's not gonna be of Dazan, but
That's good. That didn't sound like a picture I wanted to see.
no, I'll just this is the creature he has become. It's the black stuff, not the creature that's in the black stuff, just so you
Did
know.
a picture pop for you guys?
No, it
Oh,
is.
here it is.
Yeah.
No.
Oh!
He
I
is
hate
not.
the
He is not
name.
the thing in. He's not the orc thing. He's the black stuff.
Is that a bugbear?
Oh yeah, I guess that is. I think that's a bugbear, not an orc.
Yike.
Yeah.
Big
He's
gross
now a
yike.
pile of goo. Okay.
Why would somebody name a monster after pudding? It's really rude.
Stew drinker Matt, I liked that like small step away.
Oh yeah.
Ugh, I don't really want to stand in this.
Unless I can become like Venom or something.
Then it might be worth it.
Yeah.
That is not what he envisioned, I don't think.
Okie doke. And then we gotta get your boy Crentis up in here.
This is terrible, but I want pudding now. Like I just want like.
Are you for real?
I want
This
a
is your
chocolate pudding
reaction?
cup.
I'm disappointed.
Chase is becoming more like Haskell by the minute.
I know. He's
I'm methoding.
grinning during conversations that he's not even there for.
Okay, Crentis somehow is weirdly going first. I think as far as his logic goes, he turns and looks at Mooneye, who was the last person to touch Dazan before all of this happened. And he pulls out his sword and steps to attack.
Crentis. He could have been our
Crentis.
friend.
Wait,
Yeah.
Crentis is attacking Moon Eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks I did it to him.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe Moon Eye did.
Yes,
Okay.
That was my plan all along.
I don't think a 10 hits you. He's
It does
swinging this
not.
this big rusted longsword at you, but he's really slow, as you might imagine. He moves like a zombie. So he does not. He misses you both times, and it is now your turn. Mooneye, sorry.
Yes, I know. I was wondering if I should.
And Quill, you're on deck.
Okay, cool.
I'm assuming that he's got a higher CR than 0.5, correct?
You could make a knowledge check to learn that.
Sure, I'll make a knowledge check. Is that just straight intelligence?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead and do religion if you
Religion.
have it.
I do, yes.
Ooh.
17. That's where I made it. 18.
Okay. So it is a CR3.
Okay.
And you know also that, for what it's worth, that this particular undead is resistant to necrotic damage, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical and not silvered weapons.
Aha. In that case, was that knowledge, did that take up on my action?
Yes. So you can use a bonus action or free action or whatever.
Yeah. I do have a bonus action, but you can go ahead to the next person and I'll just tell you my bonus action once I find the spell.
Gotcha. Okay. Quill, you're up. And you are juiced. Your blessing, your charm is juiced up.
Hell yes. All right. In that case, I am going to step on top of Haskell, and I should cast before I go in here. Okay, I'm gonna step on top of Haskell.
Just don't step on top of me.
Yeah. She's just gonna share your space just for a little baby second, And then she's gonna see this thing. Is it an action to do a knowledge?
Yes, if you would like to recall knowledge, yeah.
I think the door is closed too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the door is closed.
In that case, all I'm
Do you
gonna
wanna
do is I'm gonna
hold? I can
reach
get out of your
around
way.
Haskell. I'm gonna reach around Haskell. I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna do a knowledge so I don't waste spell slots on things that don't matter on it.
Fair enough.
Okay. And is this what is this knowledge?
This will be probably Arcana.
Probably Arcana. All
Yeah.
right, I can do Arcana. Maybe we'll see what my roll says. Can I do Arcana? My roll says yes. I
pretty
got a 19.
That's pretty good. Do you want to know, like, I guess you want to know what it's like defensive against,
I want to
right?
know how to kill this thing.
Okay. So it is immune to acid, cold, lightning, and slashing damage.
Okay.
And it is also immune to being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, knocked prone, and exhaustion.
Okay. So,
Not mental. Did I hear mental on that list?
It
Can be
charmed,
charmed, but it
Yeah.
can be. Did you also say frightened?
frightened, correct.
Well, Haskell's out, guys. Good
and
fight.
slashing.
Yeah, I'm
So
cold.
Great.
she's gonna look around, see that, and she's gonna say, "We must kill it with fire, or else it will not die." Or
Okay.
I don't know, smush it to death.
Get a big.
What about
Shoo.
psychic?
I suppose that could work. Can it work, Tori? Was that on the list?
It wasn't on the list.
All right, I suppose that could work.
Okay. Do
Its immune list was so long.
you want me to repeat it one more time?
Yes, please.
Acid, cold, lightning, slashing. And then the conditions that it is immune to are blinded, charmed, deafened, exhaustion, frightened, prone.
Wow.
I need to study my list. I've got some flame spells, I think. Couple.
All right. Stew Drinker, you are up. Haskell, you're on deck.
Was the kill it with fire loud enough for Stew Drinker to hear?
Definitely.
Okay.
But there's
Great.
also a white you can kill.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Stew Drinker would like to turn to Avarice and say, You've got this covered, right? And gesture towards the black pudding thing.
I'm sorry. Just on my own.
Not on your own, says Quill, and she looks like she's
From
summoning
around
some
the
sort
corner.
of flame.
Like-
Yes. Just a
You're not on your
voice.
own.
Just a voice and like a bright light filling the hallway.
Oh, actually, I guess Quill yelled about fire. So
Yeah.
let me retcon that a little bit. Avarice will smile and she'll say, "If it's fire that you need, you brought the right person."
Yes.
Perfect. And then Stew Drinker will move away from Avarice and take a swing at the white.
Okay.
Well, he'll rage first and give that good old reckless. Oh, that is a 13 to hit. Ooh.
13 is not gonna do it.
Okay. Second swing then. I can imagine like maybe just trying not to get the black stuff on his blade, and so it's just the horrible angle. All right. 16?
16 will hit.
Sweet. $18 points of damage.
Boom, boom, max damage.
Nice.
Nice. Okay,
And that'll be it for Stew Drinker.
that was a pretty good turn. Haskell, you're up.
All right. So there's a white right in front of me.
Yes.
Is it a bonus action to swap your weapons?
Sure, we can make it a bonus action.
Okay, I'm gonna swap my weapons from my scythe to my mace, and then man, I think I'm just gonna beat on this white here. Could you open this door as well so I can see in from my perspective, Tori?
Oh yeah, my bad. Boop.
You know what? Maybe not actually. Yeah, no, we'll just attack it.
Okay.
Swinging with the mace. That's gonna be a 10.
A 10
I'm
is...
gonna hero point.
Okay.
Unless it hits, which I don't imagine it does. How about a 23?
23 will hit.
Okay, that's 5 bludgeoning damage to this white.
Okie doke.
Does that feel like a productive hit?
Well, Moon Eye, did you did you share any knowledge about this white?
Yes.
Okay, so Moon Eye will have told you guys that this guy is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical and non-silvered weapons.
Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay.
And necrotic damage as well.
Very good. All right, that's my turn.
So you still did damage, just not as much.
Gotcha.
Got to round. Okay. Okay. It's Avarice's turn. She is so pumped to be useful. And I think, let's see. Warm shield. Okay. She's going to take out, well, you see her, probably no one's really paying attention except maybe Quill. So Quill, you can see this. She like starts speaking infernal as she chants a spell, and you see her body sort of becomes like wreathed in flames. Not like Human Torch status, but just like you can still see her, but it looks like she's on fire, but she's not. And her eyes are like a flame, and she just grins at this goop, and she says, "Poor Dazan, it will be so difficult to kill you now. I will just feel so horrible about it. Come on, give me a hug just for old time's sake." And that is her turn. She gets ready for this black pudding to attack. And I guess it will.
Girlfriend gets far too excited about killing.
Okay. It'll swing at her. And I have Crentis coming up next. Okay. So many things. Okie doke. The black pudding does not actually hit Avarice. She's a little too quick for it. But it is like a little like tentacle-ish thing comes out of the goop and like attempts to like sort of grab at her or like swat at her. And she like dodges out of the way. And then Crentis is gonna go. He's gonna swing at Moon Eye because he's pretty single-minded. He doesn't have a brain anymore, so he can really only focus on one thing at a time. And he's going to try to come at you, Moon Eye, with a 15.
That does not hit.
Okay, and then a 19.
That hits.
Okay. And he's going to hit with his rusty longsword for this much damage.
Rusty's an unpleasant detail.
For a 7. All right. And I have just a ungodly amount of villain points, so I'm going to drop some. I'm going to spend 10 villain points. We'll just start getting rid of them. And after this black goo like tries and reaches and fails to hit Avarice, you see it kind of like starts bubbling, like hot tar basically, and then a couple of the bubbles pop, and new little smaller oozes like kind of roll out onto the floor and form. So we now have ooze everywhere.
Yeah.
Hang on. Boop. They're little baby oozes now. And Mooneye, you're up.
I will call upon the maiden to bring her cleansing moonbeam to this darkened well. And I cast the moonbeam spell centered right on Christmas, whatever his name is. Crintus.
Christmas.
And I'm gonna cast it as a 4th level, so it'll
Okay.
be 40-10. So he has to make a Constitution save.
Okay. Constitution save.
And the
Got a
DC
20.
14.
You got a 22.
Oh, okay. So he takes half. I rolled a 31 damage. He takes half that.
Nice. Okay. Are you moving? I guess you can't. I guess you're a little stuck where you're
Yeah,
at.
I can't move. So
Okay. It is now Quill's turn.
Okay, so Quill, there was big lightning that was happening. Or, not lightning, but there's like a brightness happening in the
Yep,
other
there's a
room.
bright
Right.
moonbeam right in front of the door
Yeah.
because it's
Love
Well,
it.
centered
yeah,
on.
and you opened. Oh, I guess you can't quite see. And yeah, I understand.
So
Mhm.
for my first, I have a bonus action. I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath with fire on Haskell, which basically gets you a fire cone weapon. And
that's
then
amazing.
for her action, she is going to cast Scorching Ray. And she will... she has it cast... I can't see the things. Can I have nowhere to stand to cast at things.
Did you? I guess you can't.
I can see this where I'm at, and I can see this corner of this creature. Can I cast from where I'm at, Tori?
What are you casting?
I'm gonna do Scorching Ray.
You could
Quill.
target. Oh,
Just thought, what if you use the ring and you cast Scorching Say, so all it has to do is the target hears you.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to attune. We haven't rested.
Oh,
Oh,
never
that's
mind.
right.
That would have been really cool.
That's awesome.
But I
though.
can see this one and
I'll
this little
just.
corner.
You've been hanging out with it this whole time. I'll say you can use it
Okay,
once
cool.
during this combat because
So I'm gonna heighten Scorching Ray then. I have
You mean
one.
Scorching Say?
I've got 1 3rd level spell left, so I'm gonna use that.
Okay, you do have to make a check to see if the ring will to like activate the ring.
Oh, I'm gonna
activate
try and
its
use the ring?
property. Oh, are you?
I
If you're
wasn't
gonna-
planning on it.
You're just gonna use Scorching Ray.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were
Oh.
talking that I'd been like with these monsters long
No,
enough. that I
you've
knew
been
where
with
they
the
were
ring
to-
long enough. You can use it.
Okay, I will try and use the ring. So it is a what check?
It's an Arcana check.
Okay. I got a 14 with chat. If we're slap.
hero points too.
I will use a hero point if that's not enough.
You got it.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. In that case, it's Scorching Say, so it just has to hear me. I make a ranged spell attack.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Just double checking that it's still a spell attack and not like a save of some kind.
No, I think it'll
Okay.
still be a spell attack.
Sounds good
Make
to
a
me.
diplomacy check. You gotta have those fiery insults.
Oh man.
Right.
Actually, let's do this. How is Quill at intimidation?
She's not amazing at intimidation. When I originally built her, I put her all into like nice things, and so she's like a really high diplomacy, even though she doesn't use that anymore. So she's stat wise, she's a sweetheart.
I feel like we should remind chat too. This ring she's using lets her change one letter of one spell to change what the spell does. So she changed the R on Ray to S for say. So it's now Scorching Say.
Scorching say.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. You need to make an intimidation check for your attack rolls. Everything else about the spell will function normally.
Oh gosh. An intimidation check. That reduces it by 3. So let's see what happens.
Get it.
Who are you targeting?
I'm
is my
targeting
first question.
Dazan.
Okay, main blob.
Yep.
Okay,
15 with chat.
that will hit.
Okay. We've got 15 with chat.
Same target.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And this one's a 6. I'll use a nerd reroll. Not a nerd reroll. Wow, I haven't called it that in a really long time. That used to be our home rule. Instead of a hero point, we called it a nerd reroll. And if you wore nerd swag to the table, you got to like do it like you showed off your nerd swag.
Oh.
So I'll use a hero
Sick.
point. Oh, I just rolled investigation instead of intimidation. That was wrong. Okay, but I got a 15 with my intimidation again.
You'll You'll
Okay.
hit him all 3
I'm
times.
just
Very
gonna-
consistent with your words.
Yes.
What so does this come out of your mouth?
Yeah,
How does
so
this look?
I'm gonna like say like you weak, pathetic bastard, and like each word it like slices into him like real severe. Like I am weak, I am pathetic.
It's like the caterpillar forming letters with the smoke. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
like
fire.
the word weak like in fire
Exactly.
coming.
Mm-hmm. And heightened, the scorching ray will do 2d6 still. What does heightened scorching ray do?
I think
I think I get an additional ray.
Yeah, I think you get extra raise.
Yeah.
So do you want to roll one more time? Or
Let me just double check that because I normally get 3 rays on you get 1 additional ray. So yeah, I have to roll again. Okay. Goodness gracious, this is going to be potentially a lot of fire damage. Intimidation. I have to think of another mean word to say. I'm going to use another 1. Another hero point. Because that's what chat gave from
Yes.
22.
yep, that'll hit.
Nice. She's just gonna like.
Is it an exclamation point?
So she's gonna say, actually, I told you, if you came against me or mine, you would die. And the last word is die. Okay.
All right, roll up that juicy damage.
Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6. That's 8d6 of fire damage. Advanced dice roller, please, just so I can roll all in one and go. 8d6. Plus, because I have my thing here, something happens with my attack, with my charm that I have, Charm of Frost. So I get to deal cold damage. Does it take cold damage?
It's immune to cold damage.
Okay. Rolling just straight dice then. I rolled d8s and I needed to roll d6s. Please hold.
Let's hope the d6s are.
So many ones. Okay, I'm going to spend a sorcery point. I think it's 3 sorcery points. I think it's per level of the spell, and I will go ahead and re-roll those 3 ones.
Okay.
Re-roll. So much better. Okay, so 9 more damage. So Nope, 33 damage. 34 damage. I can do math. 34 damage, and I will spend a hero point to raise it by my level plus the spell level. So that's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10 more damage.
All right.
Sick.
Okay. 44
Just go
fire
scorching into
damage.
this
Yeah.
puddle of black.
Sorry that was such a
Goop.
long turn, y'all.
That's okay. Stew Drinker, you're up. You've got some goop behind you and this Crintus fellow in front of you.
I gotta take care of Krentis. Okay. Recklessly taking that swing against Krentis for a 24 to hit.
Yes.
All right. That'll be with the rage 14 damage,
Okay.
and I'll take a second swing. 21 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
13 damage.
Okay.
And that'll be it. Right now, Stew Drinker's just kind of boxed in here, fighting alongside his brother, though, at least.
You guys are
so.
like cool back to back. I guess not
Yeah.
quite back to back, but side to side.
Side to side.
Right.
Haskell, you're up.
How do I use this breath weapon, Quill?
I think it's just an action, right?
Just is it like a cone?
What's the spell that you gave Haskell? The breath
Oh,
weapon?
dragon. Sorry, I was typing to chat.
That's okay.
It is called Dragon Breath. I can put it in chat here. Do.
That would be wonderful. Okay, so so you chose fire.
Yep.
You can use an action and exhale energy of the chest pipe. Nice.
And my spell save DC is actually 2 higher because of my cloak.
Okay, yeah. Haskell will get this big grin as his eyes kind of flare fiery. This fiery tempest in my chest, Quill. This is wonderful. And yeah, he'll just do a 15-foot cone.
Gonna hit Stew.
Yeah, it's fine.
Stu can make a dexterity save.
Yeah. He's seen Stew Drinker survive like.
I mean, either way,
Basically
he's gonna
weapons the
take
size
half,
of
but
him.
yes, he'll
Yeah.
probably be okay.
Yeah.
That's the
Stu can handle a
barbarian's
little
life.
collateral
damage.
Yeah.
Okay, dex saving throws
Yes,
for
dexterity
Crintus
saving
and
throws.
2 of the puddings.
My dex save as well with danger
Crintus.
sense.
Got a 10. I don't believe I'm affirmated. Oh, I am affirmated. An 11. I don't think that'll
It's
matter.
a fail.
All right. If you can believe it, these blobs are not especially dexterous.
Wow, I thought they were going to be so
However-
dodgy.
However, one Dazan got a nat 20.
No,
So-
he didn't. Re-roll it
Okay.
with my hero
I don't
point.
even know. I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even know what it looks like for this massive blob to somehow
It looks
dodge.
like nothing because Haskell's
Can I-
fire is too
I have an
fierce.
idea. Oh,
Sure.
if he succeeds again, go ahead and
He
roll
doesn't.
again. Oh, he doesn't. Okay,
succeed.
perfect. Then I have no ideas.
Of course he doesn't. He's a blob.
Yeah, the chances of that happening were very, very low. 16 for this tiny little blob back here. I
Okay.
think that. Oh wait, so your DC is 17 right now, Quill?
Mhm.
Okay, so they all fail, except for maybe Stew Drinker. No, Stew Drinker fails too.
Stew Drinker failed as well.
All right, do the damage.
Okay, here it comes. That's going to be 9 fire damage.
Bum ba-dum.
Get breath.
Wait, was this heightened? Is it still just
No.
3d6?
It's just 3d6. I did not heighten it. I used my last 3rd level slot on my Scorching Bay. Say.
Scorching Bay.
Scorching Bay.
Gosh, I want
Uh,
to see you use that spell and just turn an entire bay, like harbor, into fire.
Right? That's what I was
Oh.
saying on break.
Haskell's gonna have like smoke, filtering out of his nose. And he's gonna look all excited. Did you see that, Stew Drinker? Now finish them off. Put me in
Prentice
this
is
room.
burned into a skeleton and falls into a pile on the floor. The rusty sword clings
Oh,
against the stone.
Oh, good. And then Haskell's
Nice.
gonna blow a smoke ring towards Stew Drinker, and I'm gonna give him a bardic inspiration with my bonus action.
Sick.
Are you gonna move?
Yeah, I'm gonna step in the room here.
Okay. You are on difficult terrain.
That's
just so
okay.
you know.
I'll stand on a skeleton.
Okay. Avarice looks like she got a little bit more than she bargained for, but is not dismayed. She's going to cast a fire spell. Let me just 20-foot radius. Okay. She is going to she's gonna drop a fireball right here in the middle of the room.
That's a lot of collateral damage, Avarice.
Yep.
Guess who's not in the room? The only person she cares about.
Exactly.
Oh, this is not gonna go over well.
All right. So everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Let me make
Natural
sure.
20.
Whoa, look at you.
19.
Okay.
I'm trying. I'm sorry. My roll 20 is being.
I
very
grab
stubborn.
Quintus's body and put him up in front of me.
20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Sorry, I'm just marking her spells down. Where is your DC, my friend? There it is. Okay. So you all save, but you'll still take half. I think the puddles are gonna probably fail. That was so bad. Okay. I got a 1 and then a -1. And then I guess all 3 of the puddings need to save. Okay.
We're going
They'll
to take
fail.
half. So this is going to be like 3 points from a fireball.
Fireball. Alrighty, here's the damage. It is 21, so you guys will all take 10.
A lot worse.
Watch your fire, Avarice.
And these guys will take 21.
I just want to say that was a super low roll.
Yes, it was.
It was a 1-1-2-2-2.
Yeah, and she doesn't have cool sorcery points like Quill does. Actually, I have villain points. I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna do what Quill does, and I'm gonna re-roll the ones and 2s. I'm gonna re-roll the 1s and 2s. And I did not.
So thrilled. So thrilled.
I didn't plan for this use of villain points, but I'll figure out how many that is in a second, Katie. Okay. I got another 1, but I did get a 3, 3, and 4. So that's a difference of 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's 28 now instead of 21.
Okay, so you guys will take 14 instead of 10.
Ouch.
Are you just channeling inner
Payback.
avarice right now?
I'm just channeling the little inner gleeful. Yes, payback is so sweet. Looking at the stain on my cloak.
Yeah, and Quill, you just see this blast of fire because it would hit this square in front of you, so it just like blasts out of the door, and you hear Avarice like laughing, and she says she'll like shout over the blast. Oh, I think it's you who should be watching out where my fire is, Haskell.
This is a contained room.
And it is the black pudding's turn. They're all getting a little crispy.
Nice.
But they are gonna start doing things. So this one is gonna try and glob Haskell. This one. There we go. Does a 14 hit you, sir?
It won't if I make you re-roll it with a -2. Is it with a -2? I don't remember these days.
Yeah, I think yours is with a
I
minus
think
two.
it is, yeah.
Actually, that would be
Yep,
right.
it
in
is.
my
I just looked it up. It is.
Okay, re-roll it though, Tori. Re-roll it.
My lowest one is a 12.
Yep, that's gonna get me.
Okay,
I tried my best.
you did try. Okie doke. You're not wearing armor anymore, are you?
Nope, that's why it hit me.
Well, this much. Hang on. Okay, you're gonna take this much bludgeoning. I guess it doesn't really matter to you, does it? The differences between damage.
No, I don't got any
I'll
of
just
those
roll it
stew
all
drinker
together then.
resistances.
So 25 total.
Hey, that was a lot. I didn't like it.
A lot of some of it is like the impact, and then most of it is acid, as it just like this is like corrosive, and it starts like.
I'm going to spend a hero point,
Okay.
which will reduce. I'll grab him and pull him aside, and that reduces the damage by 14.
Ah, that burns. Thank you, Moonlight.
By 14. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So a little like flash of moonlight absorbs some of the damage. But Haskell, some of your clothing and stuff, like it's like you've just poured acid on yourself, so like it's starting to eat through some of.
It's going to be so damn
stuff.
cold outside.
Okay, Crentus is dead. Again, Mooneye. Oh wait, I have all these other puddings. Just kidding. This one needs to go. It's gonna try and swing at Avarice. Well, nah. I'll just turn the attention to you guys. Stew Drinker.
All right.
You attacked recklessly, right?
Yes,
So
I
I've got
did.
Advantage.
Always.
I always have advantage against you. 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. You are wearing armor, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
I don't like that question right now.
So this acid. Sorry, let me roll all the dice. Okay. The acid starts like eating into your armor, and your armor bonus, the AC of your armor goes down by 1.
Okay.
And you take 29 damage. And finally, this last glob, this last one by Avarice will go and glob onto you, Stu. 24.
That's a hit.
Oh, I don't know why I rolled twice. Okay. And then same thing. Your armor is going to go down by 1. 22 damage.
Okay.
If your armor, what is your armor at now? How much AC does it offer?
I think it was just leather armor, so it might be completely burned off of me now.
Yeah, okay. If it's reduced to 10, which I think leather
Oh,
armor
it was
is only
already.
11.
Sorry,
yeah, okay.
it was already reduced.
So you get globbed, and then it just like your leather armor just like falls apart and falls off. And now you're in your clothes, but your shirt, I guess, gets a little acidy.
Okay.
Quill, you are up.
Okay. I'm really sorry. So Quill steps forward, and she has really just learned so much from Avarice's little fireball and she just Burning Hands seems like the right spell for the time.
Okay.
But that will hit so many of her friends.
Yep.
Yeah. And her friends all look so crispy. So she'll give her friends the benefit of a shout of get down. And she brings her hands forward like this to like control the rush of flame. And yeah, she's gonna burning hands right over Haskell's short little head.
Okay.
'Cause I
Can
can't
she?
share a space with Haskell, can I?
You can't technically.
Okay,
but
then I won't.
I'll go
just...
ahead. I'll go ahead and say that you guys, Stew Drinker and Haskell, I'll say that since Quill is trying to avoid you and everything, you guys can have advantage on the dex saving throw, but you will still need to make one.
Okay. Wonderful. Stew Drinker safe. Haskell.
Here we go.
Haskell's...
14.
I think Moon Eye, you're good.
Yeah, Moon Eye, you're good. You're not going to get hit by this. Okay. So it's going to hit this blob, then this blob need to make saves.
They did. They failed.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. This will just be 3d6 fire.
Okay.
I failed, yeah.
No, didn't you get a...
Oh, you got a
Isn't that a
23.
3.
I got a third. Oh, that was Moon Eye.
Moon
that
Eye.
got that. I was looking at the wrong one. Okay.
I'm going to spend another point and reroll my 2s.
Okay.
Do. So much better. So I've got 5 plus 9 for 14 damage to this one and this one here.
It's 14.
And I sustain my spell on Chase, on Haskell. So you
No
still
more
have
fire
the...
in a contained room.
You don't
You
have to
have
do
fire.
anything to sustain it, Quill.
Yeah. I'm just saying that I'm not casting anything else that would
Gotcha.
disrupt that.
Cool.
And yeah, that was my move. That was my spell. And that's it.
Okay.
That's our turn.
Stew Drinker.
You actually skipped my.
Oh, did I? How did that
Yep.
happen? I am so sorry, Moon Eye. You go ahead.
That's quite all right. I'm going to use my bonus action to put the glowing light of the moon upon my brother so that he has +2 to his AC.
Aw. Now that you
Thank you,
see he's
brother.
running around naked.
Oh, it's concentration. Scratch that. You're on your own, brother.
So are you keeping
not
your
gonna-
moonbeam then?
Yeah, I'm going to keep my moonbeam.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have you've taken some damage and we haven't been trying
that's right.
concentration checks. So why don't you just roll 1 and we'll see if it's even still.
I have to roll
around.
2, actually.
Okay.
I took damage twice.
Okay.
So. And I know you've told me this 10 times, but what is the
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution, thank you. And I have +1 to that. So 14.
That one's fine.
And 18.
I think you're good.
Good. So I will keep the moonbeam up.
Okay. Haskell is in the moonbeam space.
Yep.
You choose to not target creatures? Or is it just any creature?
I think I can choose to target. Let me check.
When a
I'm gonna
creature
move it
enters the
anyways.
spell, okay, spells
Yeah.
area for the first time. Okay.
Uh,
I think technically Haskell would have walked into it.
Yep.
Before you moved it.
Yep, he would.
All right,
So
Haskell, you're
Haskell.
gonna take some radiant damage.
Let's make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
We're just so everyone's hitting each other with spells.
Oh man.
Spell sling and fight. I guess that's
Does
what
that mean
happens.
advantage, but it's going to be a 13.
And
14,
that-
because chat.
14 makes it because my DC is a 14.
Cool.
So you take 11 damage.
Thank you, chat. I take 11 damage?
Yep.
Oh
I'm
no,
dying.
that's just enough.
Sorry.
Oh
It's okay.
no.
In that case, I'm not going to cast the other spell I was going to do. I will move the moonbeam onto the big creature,
Okay.
which is a free action for me. And then I will cast Cure Wounds on Haskell.
Just Haskell runs into the room and is just like, "Ah." just immediately
showered in
drops.
fire and burning moonlight.
You can find my
And
cure
I
wounds
will
code.
make
There it is.
that con save for this black pudding. 16. I
16?
believe that meets it or makes it.
It does. Yep. So it will take. Let me roll. Ugh. It's gonna take 6.
Okay.
And Haskell
Haskell's getting healed.
Yep.
Okay.
is getting healed 17. No, 17, 20.
Cool. Stew Drinker, you are up.
Nice. Okay. Oof. All right. Seeing that his brothers got Haskell covered, he's going to heed the words that Haskell said a little while ago about taking care of these guys, and so he's gonna try to recklessly attack the big one.
Okay. Swing away.
23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. $16 points of damage.
Yes. And some of this corrosive substance splashes onto you as you hit it.
Okay.
This is also a sword, right? So you're doing slashing damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
And you slash through it and it like parts around your sword, and then when you like bring your sword back to swing again, it just like globs back together. You are taking a little bit of acid damage though.
Okay.
And you also see that your sword comes away like a little bit like steaming and like corroded. So 6 acid damage, and your sword has now a -1 penalty to damage.
Okay. Okay. I'm going for that second swing. I'm going for it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll this and subtract the 1 from it. That's cool.
Sure. Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Yep. You make contact again, and same thing.
Sweet.
I just gotta say, Matt, I love your commitment to Stew Drinker. Like, he just is like, I know one way to do things, and that is the way I'm gonna do them. You've got 8 acid
Oof,
damage, and your
ouch.
sword takes another penalty, so it's a -2 now total.
Is it just a hit, or is that a penalty to damage too?
2 damage only.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I should have corrected you. Either way, you would have hit. But you can see that it's like starting to eat a little away at the metal and stuff like that. You think that there is a point. I don't know if Raging Stew Drinker cares about this, but you think that there is a point at which the sword would just be useless.
Okay. So that's 14 points of damage on that second swing.
Okay, same thing. You cut right into it and take your sword back out, and it just like globs back together.
Okay.
All right.
I'm doing my best, guys.
Oh, Stew Drinker's doing such a good job. Haskell, you're up. You're on mute, M. If Quill said something.
It was just M commenting that Stew Drinker is the hero we all need.
Okay, little strategy real quick. How bad are you off, Stew Drinker?
Oh, I am at 18 hit points right now.
Jeez, guys, we're all pretty beat up.
I'm at 7.
I feel like I need to heal Stew Drinker because I feel like if he goes down, we're in very big trouble.
You also observed his attacks, Haskell, and saw that they virtually did nothing to these blobbies.
Oh man.
You also still have dragon breath on you.
You do still have dragon breath.
Yeah, but people are about to like go down. I could get me and Moon Eye out of there, like just out of the room.
Or you could
Do it.
Dragon Breath Avarice.
That's what he's most tempted to do, is just keep the collateral damage train going.
Oh no, my good friend.
Moon Eye does not agree, but Ian thinks it's a wonderful
He
idea.
also feels like she's probably like fire immune because she's like real evil in his mind. I'm gonna heal Moon Eye. Moon Eye, we're just gonna get a healing train going.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use my once
Thank you.
per day healing touch on Moon Eye.
Stu Drinker, you do still have inspiration as well from Haskell.
Oh,
This isn't
right.
really needed it quite yet.
Okay.
And Haskell, you have Bottled Whale Song, which hands out inspiration D6s when you smash it on the ground.
That roll was atrocious.
It's on brand
Yes, it
for
was.
Haskell healing. It's Haskell's brand
Fourth
of
level
healing.
healer. That's a 13. That's crazy. Okay. Well, you heal for 13, Moon Eye.
13 more than I had before.
And then he's on the ground. I'm prone. I'm like grabbing Moon Eye's like leg here. And
You
he's
can
gonna look-
stand up if you want.
It's half my movement.
It
doesn't
is
provoke
half
ops,
your
right?
movement. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, he'll stand up and he's gonna look back at Quill. Stop putting fire in the room and tell Avarice to do the same. And there's your. And then he's gonna smash the Bottled Well song on the ground as his bonus action, and he's gonna give you an inspiration with it, Quill.
Okay.
Is it still a bonus action, or is that just am I in Bard mode?
You can just use the D6s as you will, I believe.
Okay. So it is a bonus action to give it to, or is it only for me?
You receive a pool of 3 inspiration D6s. You can use them all at once or on different checks sometime over the course of 1 minute. So you get them.
Well, in that case, then my yelling at Quill is gonna be her bardic inspiration from myself.
So does that deactivate Matt's or Stew Drinkers?
I don't think so.
I thought you could only have one active at once, but I might be wrong. You
I
can
will
look it up
check,
and we'll
if
get back to you like
that's the
this.
case, I'll whale song myself, and you can go on to somebody else. While I look.
Cool. Well, it is Avarice's turn.
She's not getting inspired either. So
She has one thing on her mind and one thing only, and that is to burn things. So she is going to cast another fireball.
Oh,
All right.
This is how Tori TPK's the party.
She's just laughing. Like, Quill, you've never seen her this, like, in this state. Like, if you know, like, if Avarice had a version of Barbarian Rage, like this, she is so in her element.
A small memory of Drazan saying that Avarice was a pyromaniac.
Mhm.
Like, she's like, oh, okay, I
I
understand
can
now.
see it.
I get it.
Okay. She's gonna cast it. Everyone, let's see. She is, let me measure some stuff.
while you're measuring for chat, I looked it up, and I can have multiple bardic performances out,
Cool.
but everybody can only have 1 dice at a time.
Cool. Okay. This is gonna hit everybody, including you, Quill. But she knows your tiefling heritage will help you out a little bit.
Is she fireballing the room again?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, you're
Yes,
so
she
behind,
is.
Chase.
I was
Everyone makes
inspiring
dex
Quill
saves.
with my words.
You inspired the wrong person.
Avarice doesn't need inspiration. She's quite inspired by her own fire.
Do I have any sort of advantage or disadvantage with this?
No, but you have, I think do you have resistance?
I do
thought
have
you
resistance.
Okay, that's all. Yeah.
I'm spending a hero point because that's unacceptable.
As am I.
I'll take the damage.
I'm using my halfling luck because that's more unacceptable as a nat 1.
Okay. Should I use villain points to heighten this even more? I feel like RLU would approve of that.
Yeah.
Okay. After much luck and hero points, I got a 22. No, 21.
I think with my hero point, my highest one goes to 16.
All right, this one is for you, RLU. I'm just gonna dump the rest of my villain points into this fireball.
You can inspire if you need to, Stew Drinker.
Oh yeah, I will inspire.
I don't know what the DC is, but
Well, yeah, make sure you haven't already saved.
Okay.
I guess you don't actually get a no. I think you have to choose before you know.
Yes, you do. If you use the inspiration or not.
18.
That feels safer.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, the number I'm looking for is 14. So if you meet that or beat that, then you are gonna take half. Let me make the saves for these puddings really quick. I'm sure they're all gonna fail miserably, and they did. All right. Ready for 17d6 fire damage?
No?
No.
Oh, the d6s.
Holy.
Oof.
Oh, Tori,
That was
massive,
such a high roll.
massive damage rules.
Okay, sinister DM emotes in chat, please, because Tori just went straight chaotic evil. Look at the smile on her face.
Okay, that is 67
Yeah,
fire
I'm
damage.
dying, needless to say.
Does
Even taking half.
massive damage rules kill you?
I don't think so. What's Haskell at right now?
0.
Well, sorry. How many hit points does Haskell have?
Like total?
Yes.
50.
I don't think that'll kill you outright then. Let
I
me.
mean, I only
don't
take
you have
half,
to go-
so-
It's like
You have to take
double
more
or
than your-
half or
I
something.
think it's double your total health is the massive.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
take an
That's Pathfinder,
insane
I'm a-
amount of damage.
I have to
This-
imagine it's somewhere similar.
Hang on, I have to do math. I might be down, even with half.
I'm down.
It's 33 if you saved.
Okay.
Okay,
If
I'm
you die, if the
barely up.
remaining, let's see, what were you at before you went down, Haskell? Before
I
you
was
hit
at
0.
20 and I took 33, so I overkilled by 13.
Okay, you're fine.
I'm exactly the same as well.
Okay. So for massive damage, it has to reduce you to 0, and then the remaining damage has to equal or exceed your hit point maximum.
Okay.
Which I don't
Okay.
think any of you. I don't.
Okay.
think
So
that's,
so double your total health, pretty much.
yeah, or like yeah,
I guess, but if you're really low, I guess it can be like
like if you were at 1, it might have done it,
Mm.
but you weren't. Okay.
Whew.
All right. Nobody
Ouchie.
died outright, but everyone is everyone down?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Quill is up with 11 health.
Oh, I love this. I love this narrative. Okay, the puddings all die. They get burned up into a crispy pile of goop. It's like they look like burnt marshmallow goo when you burn it like all the way, and they're just like sizzling and crackling on the floor, and in the corner, Avarice is just like, and she looks up at you, Quill, with just the biggest smile on her face. She's still kind of wreathed in flames, and she just smiles at you, and you guys are out of initiative, but everyone's down.
Are
We
we
need
are
a
we
wrap
ending
here
the
as
stream there
everybody's on
as like a
fire.
huge?
Should we? Do we?
If
I
we
think
don't,
That seems
Haskell's
like the
gonna
right
have a
time to
30-minute
stop it.
tirade to go off of as soon as he's unconscious.
that's true. We'll end it there.
Okay.
We'll end it there. We'll assume no one's gonna. We'll. I guess we'll deal with death saving throws next week. And
What's a better ending than like the two tieflings grinning?
that's
just
true.
like Tori,
Staring at
it's
each
Oh,
all
other.
of
let
the
me
allies.
fix this
I
narrative.
just
here.
wanted to give Quill a chance to react if she wants
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Yes, let's do that. So Quill, during this fireball, she started to dodge, didn't really try and get too much out of the way because she knew that she's like pretty fire resistant. She saw the first one. She was pretty sure she was gonna be fine, and then it hit her, and it hurt so bad, and the flames died down around the room, and she looks around at all of this burnt marshmallow fluff and all of her friends dying on the ground around her. and her eyes grow so bright blue as she looks at Avarice, who's grinning at her, and she says, Avarice, what the fuck? And then we can end there.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
The
where
one
we'll end
F
it
word I'm
tonight.
allowed, but I used it there.
Haskell's proud of you.
Okay.
Except he won't be because he's unconscious.
All right. Well, the Archdevil real life unicorn is pleased, at least. And we'll wrap up until next week. So we will be back, of course, on Monday with another episode of Frostgeeks. We also are back in T3H season. Tabletop Treasure Hunter season 3 is officially kicked off. So tomorrow night, we will be back for Pathfinder 2nd edition, our very first adventure. Who is going on that quest, Chase?
It's going to be Katie playing Raiden. It's going to be Ian playing Sokra from Plaguestone. It's going to be Jason from season 1 playing Chichki. And it's going to be Erica Kudemarler playing Snotnut.
So we've got some goblins and some I guess I don't really know how to categorize the others.
And Tengu and Raiden.
Yeah, and Raiden. and a fetchling. A rare Katie sighting.
Uh-huh.
So don't want to miss it. And then Wednesday, we will be back for an episode of TTRP Geeks, and I will be DMing a game called Fat Magic, which is a D&D 5th edition like setting and special world that is food-based, and it has its own special little subclasses that are food themed, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We have some familiar faces coming back to play that night. Ian, you're going to be joining us. We're going to have Erica from the Lettuce Inn, and we are going to be having a couple of guests from Finish It podcast, which we met one of them, Matt, from when we played, what was that tune game? Portals, when Bill GM. Gateway.
Where we learned
Portals.
how to make babies
Gateways.
in the end.
Yes. Anyway,
Go watch it,
moral
you'll
of the
get it.
story, it's going to be a fun week, so join us tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay, if you want to support our channel, you can follow us here, subscribe here. You can also do so on YouTube, where we're uploading all of our VODs, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you so desire. You can also show your support by purchasing dice and accessories from one of our affiliate partners, like Die Hard Dice. And we also have a merch store now. You can type !store in the chat if you want to go see what's for sale and you want to rep some level 1 geek merch. That would be awesome. You can also join our Patreon. Okay, those are all the ways you can support us. If you are doing one or all of those things, we really, really appreciate it. Oh yeah, join our Discord. There's lots of fun things happening there. I think I got all the plugs in. All right, now go take a long... Oh, Chase.
I have a long rest request.
Okay.
Take a long rest. Don't describe black puddings as marshmallow crisp anymore, because I taste that image and I don't think it'll ever leave my mind.
I've got an additional piece of advice. Take a long rest. Burn all who stand in your way. And we'll see you next time. Good night.
Scared.